afternoon and welcome to another edition of Jackson Hole High School Sports. For Jackson Hole Radio, I'm Jake Nichols alongside Mac Fairbairn, Kimmy K, and we're live in Evanston, Wyoming at the Evanston High School Gymnasium. Courtside awaiting the start of this one between the Jackson Bronx and the Evanston Red Devils. All the action brought to you by Young Life of Jackson Hole. Young Life, where they're all about teenagers. Jackson Lumber, Jackson's original board store. The McPeak Group, Jackson Hole's premier real estate team at Sotheby's International Realty. The town square inns of Jackson Hole, including the Antler Inn, Elk Country and Cowboy Village Resort, and 49er Inn and Suites. Big O Tires, they're sponsoring the scoreboard. That's a reputation you can ride on. Find them at the Target Plaza. And Great Northern Coffee, their old world style makes all the difference. What do you say, Kimmy K? You've been here before. It's a fun place to play because the crowd is into it.
I love coming to Evanston as well as Green River because their gyms are nice. The crowd is a part of it. They got a band.
They love their basketball, and they got bands. We got the pep band. We got dance team, cheer team, everybody here. And gym's starting to fill up as we get ready for this one, but it makes it a tough place to play if you're the visitor, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Girls first, and we're a little bit behind schedule, so that's why we're on kind of late. These JV game running a little long, but let's talk. Let's tee up these girls. Actually, let's see. We're hoping Mac Fairbairn joins us. We're waiting for him. He should be here in a few minutes, so we'll take a quick break and see if we can get Mac back, and then we'll tell you what's going on with the girls as these Lady Red Devils and the Lady Bronx, both winless, both looking for that elusive first dub this season. Coming right back at you at KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local while staying at the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, or 49er Inn and Suites. With the best entertainment, dining, shopping, bars, and brews all in walking distance, you'll never want to leave. Call 1-800-4-TETONS or find them on the web at townsquareinns.com.
He runs across, goes to the red part of the section. Black team has it. White team is not playing people down like they did before. Oh, it looks like they're lining up to do something. And shoots, and boom goes the dynamite. Oh, he's gonna get more than one shot. Oh, shooting again. And the dynamite does not go boom that time.
Play-by-play is hard. So is Jackson Hole Real Estate. Get a pro. McPeak Group proudly supporting the Bronx on their march toward a state championship.
High Country Linen Service has grown with its state-of-the-art facility to be the premier rental service for linens, uniforms, and entry mats. High Country Linen also provides wholesale janitorial supplies, paper products, and earth-friendly cleaning supplies to Jackson Hole, Teton Valley, and beyond. Call 733-2638 or come see us at 355 North Glenwood. On the web at highcountrylinen.com.
You're watching and listening to live coverage of Jackson Hole High School sports on KZ95.
Back to courtside here at Evanston. Jake and Kimmy K. Kimmy K, it's been a tough season this season for our girls. Last season, the season before, I think we're at 46 in a row losses. I think we're at 0-10 this year, although the Evanston guys think we're 0-11. But the point is, it's the the zero.
It's the zero in the front, But, over the last 2 years, watching them play and gel, I see a lot of good stuff on the court.
Yeah, Definitely getting better. Coach Shockley sees it as well. Girls, and the numbers don't lie. I'm looking at the latest numbers, and the girls are getting better in every category, offensively and defensively. This team averaging 15.2 points a game. That's last place in all. The team is super young, and I got news for you. One of the two winless teams today will finally shake that, because the Evanston Lady Red Devils come in winless in 12 tries, 0-1 in conference, 0-12 overall. They are also under a former boys head coach who is well known in the community, Coach Roy Barker, who is signed up to coach these girls. This is his first year coaching the girls, and it's great to have him back in Evanston. It's great to have Coach Shockley back in Jackson. Both of them saw something in the girls program, and they wanted to come back and maybe make a difference. The numbers for the Evanston Lady Red Devils, they are second to last in points per game, 25 points a game. So by the numbers, the final score should be Evanston 25, Jackson 15. But that's why we play the game. We'll see what happens on the court. Evanston shoots it at about 25% from the floor. That's second to last in shooting from deep. Defensively, not great for the girls. They give up 51 points a game, 23 rebounds per game. Again, all these numbers for the Lady Red Devils, second to last, because the team in last place is Jackson in almost all the stats. But we'll see. Somebody's got to get a dub today. We'll find out. The overall all-time matchup between these two teams trending Evanston's way. Jackson 2-20 in the last 20 games. All time, and yeah, that's not great. Although Jackson, the last time they beat Evanston, it was on February 27, 2021. That may be one of Jackson's last wins. That's not going back real far. So the Jackson girls have done it. They can do it. You think they do it tonight, this afternoon?
My money's on them.
All right.
I had to bet I would. Yeah.
You saw them pregame, and you said they had a determined look about them.
Yeah. They looked excited. It looked a little different there. I don't know. I'm just proud of the girls, and so when I say I'm behind there, so I'm a little impartial.
Yeah.
That to say, but yeah, they look excited and ready to play, and I think it helped watching the freshmen win a game.
Yeah, that was
a close game. So watching our girls, freshmen, win against Evanston gave it a little like, ooh, we could do this.
That was big. Yeah. If you're just joining us, we're running late. Girls, boys. Girls were scheduled to tap at 1:30. That's not happening. We're still waiting for the JV game to finish up. So we're about 10, 15 minutes behind, and we'll get that for you, though. We'll have all the action, girls and boys, once the JV game wraps up. But the girls, Jackson freshman Bronx, able to beat Evanston's freshman. That was a good sign, really good sign. So maybe, things turning around. The future is just a year or two away, because there's a lot of young sophomores and juniors, even freshmen, for both teams. Both these girls' teams you're going to see out here. So both are playing for the future. It can't come fast enough for Evanston and Jackson, but it's coming. We'll take another quick break, come back. Hopefully you're joining us. 3 ways to do it, of course. KZ95, 95.3 FM on your radio. You can also get the audio only on the World Wide Web at kz95.live, or why not see the moving pictures as well? Get on our YouTube channel. We're Jackson Hole Radio. Go to YouTube, open the app, or get on your laptop and type in YouTube. Once you're there, type in Jackson Hole Radio. That's our channel. And hit subscribe while you're there, and then you won't miss any action. We're not going to email you. We don't even know who you are. Just subscribe to our channel, and this way you got it locked in every time you need it. Be back with more of the pregame on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio after the
Jackson Lumber, the board store, Jackson's oldest business and only true lumber yard in town. Jackson Lumber's hardware people are the best in the business, and they do it right the first time. Jackson Lumber works with people who make a living building, so the tools they sell are definitely the best hand tools and power tools available, with names like Vest Tool, Milwaukee, Makita, Skillsaw, Senco, Fine, and DeWalt. Jackson Lumber, the board store at 130 South Grovemont. Call 733-6000 733-6000.
They say the best offense is a good defense. This theory applies on Wyoming's roads and highways just as much as it does on the basketball court. Always know road conditions before you head out. Visit wyoroad.info, download YDOT's 511 app, or call 511 for current conditions. Buckle up every trip, every time, and put away distractions, especially your phone, so you're better prepared for the unexpected. Finally, never drink and drive, not even a little, because buzz driving is drunk driving. This message brought to you by YDOT.
Great Northern Coffee. Jackson's own coffee roaster has been roasting and blending a wide selection of coffee since 1979. A warm fire, friendly faces, and a cup of Great Northern Coffee. Just the thing to kick off our Bronx and Cowboy teams. Try our Bronx Blend, a heavy, rich cup of coffee that will run you over like the Bronx football team. Great Northern Coffee, available at grocery stores and coffee shops around the state. Also available online at greatnortherncoffee.com.
Hey, I'm Allie Lane from Jackson Hole Young Life. Do you remember what it's like to be a teenager? It can be really tough trying to navigate sports, academics, relationships with family and friends, not to mention the added stress of social media, phones, and screen time. Young Life believes that every teen deserves to know that they are loved and their story matters. Young Life leaders enter the world of teens, focusing on what matters to them: fun, adventure, friendship, and a sense of significance. If you love teenagers as much as we do, there's more info at our website, jacksonhole.younglife.org, to learn more.
Let's get back to the live action on KZ95. Here's Jake Nichols.
We're back courtside, Evanston, Wyoming, in the heart of Uintah County, and getting ready for the girls' game, which will start here in a little bit. JV wrapping up in front of us. Evanston JV team handling our girls fairly easily, but our freshmen got the best of them.
Yes, they did.
Just the game before this. So let's talk about the girls and the matchup between these two teams, beginning with our girls. Zoe Bosch, Lucy Webb, the two guards, have been leading the way, as pretty much they did last year. It's who are those other three going to be, because Bosch carries the load. I mean, she does it all. She's the leading scorer with 6 points a game. She pulls down 3 boards as well and just has the ball in her hands, bringing it up court almost all the time. She hardly ever comes off the floor. Lucy Webb, similar, scoring 2.5 a game, pulls down a little over 3 boards a game. The junior is very similar in that she's a poised guard. That's your backcourt. Who's the front court? That's what Coach Shockley's trying to find out. I really like what Allison Burcham has done, the junior. She's been pretty good. I always partial to Raina Rhodes, the senior. Sometimes I see her do things that are super aggressive, super great basketball. She has a good instinct when the ball is not in her hands. She has a good instinct to get open, but she's not big, and she can get lost in the wash. Grayson Rosenberg, great to see her, the senior, back playing a full season. She was hurt all last year, and they need her. She's big. 5, what do you say she is, 5'10", 5'11"?
She's taller than me.
Yes,
I know that's not saying much, but she's taller than me.
Yeah, she's pretty tall. Mac made it. That's good news. And then, you know, I want to say, Mads Holland. Holland and Rosenberg going to have their hands full tonight because this Evanston girls team can play pretty big. And let's talk about the Evanston girls team. Emma Lonsway leads this team, the sophomore. And both these teams, by the way, super similar in that they're young and their best years are down the road a bit. Maybe not this season. Both
I was going to say they both only have 3 seniors on the squad each.
Super young. Maybe the only difference is Evanston can play big down low, and that's Cassie Barker, the freshman, and especially Anna Lee West, also a freshman. They both have good size, and they're good post-up players. But somebody's got to get a dub back, and that's what's exciting.
Yeah,
someone gets a win today.
This is going to be a very, very fun game. It's the battle for the one win.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting.
Vegas says if there's an over-under, you want to be betting the under. Neither of these teams score a bunch, but I think we might see some scoring.
Yeah, potentially.
Maybe.
I think Jackson averaging right around 15, Evanston averaging around 24, I believe, last time I checked.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, but this game could be in the 40s potentially.
I think both teams, because they're not playing some superpower. I mean, when Jackson's playing Teton and Cody, yeah, you might score 7 or 9, but yeah, I think both these teams will be able to do double figures, and should be a super fun game. We'll talk more about the girls, maybe a little look ahead to the boys game matchup when we come back. You're enjoying Bronx basketball, KZ95 and the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local. Recently renovated, the 49er boasts a new lobby, extended continental breakfast, indoor swimming pool, fitness facility, and 12-person outdoor hot tub. Located on Pearl Street, the 49er is just 3 short blocks from Jackson's greatest bars and restaurants, where you'll find your home away from home. Enjoy your time in Jackson as part of the Town Square Inns, and stay at the 49er Inn and Suites.
One good play can improve a team's chance of winning the game. And when executed properly over and over again, that play can take a team far. One good decision when you get behind the wheel can do the same. Approximately half of the people who lose their lives on Wyoming roads each year were not wearing a seatbelt. Stay in the game, Wyoming. Buckle up every time you get in your vehicle. It's a winning play. This message brought to you by WYDOT.
Is KZ95 with live coverage of the Jackson Bronx.
This place always rocking. Mac, you probably remember when you came down here. What? The bus ride down, I mean, it's your typical long 3.5 hours, but what about this building? Did you guys, were you aware that Evanston really comes out for their team? Like, this place is always loud.
Oh, yes. Even on Saturday games, they get a pretty solid crowd, even though it may not look as full right now. It will fill up definitely, and yeah, they love their Big Red. They love chant and go Big Red. They just love red, and yeah.
Anything red. It's like playing Nebraska in college. I mean, anything red, that's what they want. This place is definitely decked out red. We'll see if we can get a little black and orange in here as well. But yeah, they love the Red Devils, and they are ready to go. This tough place to play. How do you like the shooting lines? That's important. Every gym is different. How did you see the basket here?
I loved it. Even though I have heard in other broadcasts and other people's opinions that the backboards are kind of far out, inside the court from the out of bounds line.
I see.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah,
even though that didn't really affect me as much.
Interesting. Is that even legal? I thought that was kind of uniform. How do you do that?
I honestly don't know.
You're right. So like a baseline drive, when you think you've got room, you may not have room under there.
You might be behind the backboard.
I never noticed that. Good. Well, that's why we got you, a color analyst, to point things like that out. That is interesting. Kimmy K, get a shot of that for our, just either basket. The one closest to us, you can see it better.
This one?
Yeah, swing around this way. You can see the red line now. You're out of bounds in red. And look how much that basket sticks out from the baseline. Interesting.
Yeah, which could be a big difference. If you're 3-point shooting, it's actually going to be closer.
And you're used to it as a Red Devil. When you're under the basket, you're aware that you may not have the real estate to do what you want to do. So, yeah, that is, and I never thought about it. Mac, I want you to go down there and talk to the officials about that. Tell them we need to move this basket. We can't play this way. Tell them, yeah. We'll come back. I got keys to the game for the girls. We'll talk more about the girls, especially the Red Devils, who they got some players. We got players, too. How are they going to match up? That's important. We'll find out. We'll come right back with more of the pregame show on KZ95 and the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
High Country Linen Service has grown with its state-of-the-art facility to be the premier rental service for linens, uniforms, and entry mats. High Country Linen also provides wholesale janitorial supplies, paper products, and earth-friendly cleaning supplies to Jackson Hole, Teton Valley, and beyond. Call 733-2638 or come see us at 355 North Glenwood. On the web at highcountrylinen.com.
He runs across, goes to the red part of the section. Black team has it. White team is not playing people down like they did before. Oh, it looks like they're lining up to do something. And shoots, and boom goes the dynamite. Oh, he's gonna get more than one shot. Oh, shooting again. And the dynamite does not go boom that time.
Play-by-play is hard. So is Jackson Hole Real Estate. Get a pro. McPeak Group proudly supporting the Bronx on their march toward a state championship.
This is KZ95 with live coverage of the Jackson Bronx.
Back to the action courtside pregame. Girls getting ready to go. Lady Red Devils, Lady Bronx. We're running a little bit late. That's not our fault. The freshman JV games just ran a little bit late, but we'll get it going for you. For the Lady Red Devils, the girl you got to watch is number 2, Emma Lonsway. The ball is in her hands all the time. She is the counterpart to our Zoe Bosch. They're the same player. They're going to bring the ball. Everything starts through Emma Lonsway, and she also is a pretty good ball stealer, so you better secure it when you're dribbling around her.
Yes, 2.5 steals per game, which is very impressive. That's got to be top 5 in the conference.
Also, it remains to be seen how much playing time the freshmen will be able to play, because they played earlier. Depending on how much they were used, we'll see Cassie Barker and Anna Lee West. Those are the 2 girls with length, with size, and they're Anna Lee West really coming out. She's averaging just a little over 3 a game and a little over 2 in rebounds, but her numbers are all trending upward big time. I watched her at Star Valley Thursday night right here, and she had a breakout game. I think she has another big one today. Hopefully she's not allowed to play too much, because she's tough post up, down low. She's going to remind you of Madison Moffett, who we saw, and Demarais, who we saw against Green River, who gave Rosenberg and Holland a hard time. It's going to be Grayson and Mads that are going to have to deal with Cassie and Anna Lee. Watch that battle in the paint.
Oh yes, it's going to be very fun. I think Jackson's also got to, like Grayson and Mads, has got to go to the basket more as well and put their own battles against them. It'll be very interesting to see the low post game on both sides. It should be very fun.
I like it. Take it to them. Yeah, Mac. One thing to watch is the Fs, the F word. Mac, don't ever say the F word. In this case, it's fouls and fatigue, because this Evanston team has a deep bench. Any of these girls can play. Sophomores, freshmen. You're going to see Violet Cook, the freshman. You're going to see a little bit of Braylon Morrison, Madison Brown, both sophomores. Anybody, Emmy Fessler. You know the name Fessler. They've had Fesslers here for a while. Ryan Devonhead. They can play any of 10 girls, and they'll see plenty of playing time. All of them. Can Jackson match up? And if Jackson gets in foul trouble, it's going to be tough to match up with the Lady Red Devils. They have a deep bench.
Yes, and they have height, and like you said, deep bench. For a team that averages only 25 points per game, they have a very well-balanced 25 points.
Yeah, good point.
Everyone's scoring at least 2 points per game.
Yep.
And, the leading scorer is going to be 5 points per game with JC Bardsley, their 3-point shooter.
Yeah. There's not any one girl you can go shut down because they'll just spread it around. They'll do other things. Keys to the game for me, here's what I saw. One is focus. I think, and Kimmy K saw our girls before the game, and she thought they looked focused. Like, you got to shut out the crowd here. You got to shut out the fact that you haven't won, and you got to get focused. I really want to see our girls get focused. My second key of the game is run. Evanston has a deep bench. They can do a lot of things well, but they haven't shown me they can run. I would pick the pace up and see if they can deal with that.
Yeah, because they handle when there's pressure against them and someone's doing the press. They do that really, really well. But maybe if we take the initiative on that.
Bring the intensity, make them run, make them do things fast, and make their bigs when West and Barker are in there, make them run.
Yes.
And then finally, get Western. I really, maybe I'm having too much emphasis on Anna Lee West, but I love her game. And I talked to the Evanston play-by-play guys, and they say she is coming on, the freshman. So get Western. Make sure you take care of Anna Lee West, because I think she could have a big game. Let's let the girls introduce themselves. The introduction brought to you by our friends at Young Life Jackson Hole, where they're all about teenagers.
Ashley Chamberlain, sophomore. Marlo Strickland, sophomore. Youngwood Young Garcia, junior. Melanie Yettel, senior. Zoe Bosch, sophomore. Allison Burchup, junior. Camila Ramirez, sophomore. Sophia Vasquez-Baez, sophomore. Lucy Webb, junior. Miranda Rhodes, senior. Mason Rosenberg, senior. Matt Holland, junior. Shannon Nova, junior. Hayden Polk, sophomore. Brielle Merriman, sophomore. Pat Ankeny, junior. Harley Lommel, sophomore.
Hey, I'm Allie Lane from Jackson Hole Young Life. Do you remember what it's like to be a teenager? It can be really tough trying to navigate sports, academics, relationships with family and friends, not to mention the added stress of social media, phones, and screen time. Young Life believes that every teen deserves to know that they are loved and their story matters. Young Life leaders enter the world of teens, focusing on what matters to them: fun, adventure, friendship, and a sense of significance. If you love teenagers as much as we do, there's more info at our website, jacksonhole.younglife.org, to learn more.
Home for Jackson Hole High School sports is KZ95. Let's get back to the game.
Nice job of the national anthem, and we're ready to go here in Evanston. They're pretty proud of their cheer team, was it, Kimmy, that was winning all those? Cheer and dance.
They both
won
took first at state. Yep,
so
both of them.
That's exciting. We'll probably see a bunch of that. We get the starting lineup for our Jackson Hole girls. By the way, Mac, I have the ability to do replay now, but I'm not sure I'm good at it. I mean, I would do the best I can, but
all right, sounds good.
I'm not sure how that's gonna go. For the Jackson Bronx, they'll be wearing their road blacks trimmed in orange and gray, and it looks like Rosenberg, Holland, Rhodes, Bosch, and Webb, the 5 starters. And for Evanston, they do it up with The Bulls.
Yep. Serious by the Alan Parsons Project.
How do you know that?
I just know it.
Holy
it's crazy.
cow. I was going to say that. I figured nobody's going to know that. Emma Lonsway, that's a guard. Maybe the only thing she lacks is height, but she's a real good ball handler. Braylon Morrison, the sophomore, averaging 2 points a game. J.C. Bardsley, the senior, one of the few seniors you're going to see this afternoon. Ryan Debenham, the senior, averaging 1.5, 2.5 boards. Kiernan Simmons, the junior, getting the start. But really, the starters for Evanston doesn't matter. You're going to see all kinds of different five as long as they have Lonsway. Lonsway and Madison Brown are the two ball-handling guards. One of the two has to be on the court at any given time, in my opinion, because they're your point guards.
Yep. And they push the ball, they score the ball the most out of the two, or out on the team for Evanston.
Doubles going left to right on the YouTube. They win the tap, and they'll start with possession. It's Emma Lonsway. Works it far side to Morrison, gets it back. Now around the horn, Bardsley, and back to, a three from Morrison, nothing but net. And that's a quick way to start for the Red Devils, 3-0. Jackson ball, it's Rhodes, whipping it to Rosenberg, bobbled it momentarily here in the near corner. Now to Webb, she was open for a minute. Mads Holland's open, she'll try, and that won't go. Rebound to J.C. Bardsley, and the Reds Devils have possession far side to Morrison, hot off at three, and she's right in the spot where she hit it. Bardsley dribbles out top of the key, little drive and then a stop, and now Bardsley's going to try a long three. That's off the mark. Rebound out of bounds, and it's last touch by Evanston. Good job by Lucy Webb to let it go.
It almost looked like Lucy touched the ball just before it went out of bounds, but she was smart to pull her hand away.
I think that's what Lonsway thought. She didn't go for it either. Little bit of token pressure here from the Red Devils, but Bosch dribbles her way out of trouble. Morrison is on her. Zoe works it far side corner to Mads Holland. Holland being watched by Debenham. Now to Grayson Rosenberg, who's out high, playing the bigs out high. Webb to Holland. Holland, some contact with Debenham, plays through it. And now it's Bosch. Not a whole lot going on anywhere. Long shot from Holland. Good, and we're tied. Sorry, that's Lucy Webb. Bam! And 3-3 with 6.5 to go. Just underway in the first. Two evenly matched teams, two super young teams, and two teams that need a dub real bad. Lonsway stepped. Yeah, they got her.
Good. I thought they was going to call a foul on Lucy there.
Yeah, a little travel on Lonsway. She's got quick feet. She needs to make sure the ball is in rhythm. Bosch inbounds to Lucy Webb, and again, sort of that three-court pressure. If they sense blood, they'll look to trap, but Jackson handles it. Zoe Bosch gets away momentarily from Morrison. Now to Lucy Webb right here in front of you. We're in a high viewpoint. There's Rhodes launching one. I love it. Shoot. She was open. The shot too strong, and a rebound Evanston. Lonsway pulls up and bounces it over to Morrison. Back to Lonsway, tries the right key, and now she'll kick out. The shot no good, just off by Bardsley. Battle for the rebound and a foul.
And so far,
jump ball.
Oh, okay. So far, both teams are taking a lot of threes.
Yeah.
And I'm not totally opposed against it. They're great shots on both sides.
Yeah. I mean, when you're not good at it and neither of these teams are great at it, go ahead and shoot them against each other. It's almost like, you know, a practice kind of, but you're not going to get better by not doing it. So take them. I like it. Mads Holland with it now. Far side of the corner, kicks it out top of the key. Rosenberg's open for a moment. Rosenberg's pass intended for Lucy Webb. Almost picked up. They're going to say that was an unforced. I thought Bardsley got a piece of it.
I did too. That would have been nice and kept our ball, but
out of bounds. 5:24 to go. We're locked up at triples so far. There's the drive by Morrison. Shot no good. Rebound Rosenberg. And she'll have a few of those this afternoon. Rhodes gets it to Zoe Bosch, who calmly walks it towards Braylon Morrison and over the timeline. Bosch tries to put a move on Morrison and lost the handle. Braylon wasn't covering her that close. I think Zoe just took her eye off the ball and just lost her dribble. Couple of substitutions. We'll get our first look at Emmy Fessler for Evanston. And the freshman Violet Cook is also in there as well. Lonsway with Webb on her. Works to Morrison, now around the horn. Cross court pass, and here comes the three from Lonsway. No good. Grayson Rosenberg with a big board. Swinging elbows, a timeout, I believe, by Shockley, or what do they call him?
She drew the foul.
She got a foul.
Great rebound once again by Rosenberg.
Yeah.
And she's been great. Her post presence definitely felt so far.
Yeah, we talked about the game. If it gets big, and so far Evanston not putting in their bigs yet, but if it gets big, Rosenberg will be important. And now she throws this pass away. Stolen by Emmy Fessler. Gives it to Lonsway. Now over to Braylon Morrison, out of bounds, and that's Jackson Ball. So a little sloppy, as you would expect from two teams towards the bottom of the conference. Getting a little yucky. Lucy Webb, backcourt pressure from Evanston, giving Jackson a little bit of trouble. And now Mads Hollins has it up to Raina Rhodes. Rhodes looking for an open Webb. That's stolen away by V. Cook. Violet, she's going to go all the way by herself. And she gets contacted hard. Never got the shot off, but Zoe Bosch earned that foul. Wow. That was physical. And the freshman, well, they're going to say she was not shooting. Yeah, I guess they say she wasn't really getting that shot. That looked like the act of shooting to me, but no, it's just a foul on the floor as the inbounds pass goes to Cassie Barker. Now Evanston bringing in one of their bigs anyway. Lonsway with a baseline drive and a pass to Cook. I don't think Violet was ready. That was a sneaky good pass, too good, because the freshman Cook wasn't ready for it. And it goes out of bounds. Jackson Ball.
And the defense has been very solid so far to start in this game, forcing lots of turnovers on both sides. Again, very evenly matched.
Both teams playing good D. Webb gets it to Zoe Bosch, gets it across court. Look out, stolen away. That's Cassie Barker, the freshman, up and in by herself. And boy, we went about 3 minutes with no scoring, and it's 5-3 Evanston with a timeout here in the first. Going to be a low-scoring one. Maybe I was wrong about that, but nobody's really shooting yet. You're right. Like back, the defense is not giving you a look on either side.
And Jackson's playing in that 1-2-2 zone, so they're allowing more three-point shots, but I think it's a great strategy by Coach Shockley to make Evanston, forcing them to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Because so far they've only converted on one out of at least 5 attempts.
Yeah, J.C. Barsley, number 10. She's their triple shooter. She's their three-ball specialist, but neither team really shoots it lights out from beyond the perimeter. So, yeah, go ahead and give them the look. Now full pressure from Evanston as they're trying to put the heat on. Burcham gets it back to Lucy Webb. Webb tries to dribble by Bardsley and does. Picks up the trap and gets it to Burcham wide open. She'll try the three. Good! Allison Burcham. She had Holland wide open under the net, but she says, no, I got this. And it's 6-5 Jackson Bardsley now. Can she answer this Lonsway drive? Kick out to Cook. Now to Fessler. Cross court. Bardsley. Bardsley picks up a double team. Tries a pass, and it somehow miraculously gets in the arms of Fessler. Her shot no good. Burcham rebound. And a foul on the big girl for Evanston. That's Cassie Barker, the freshman. 5-10. And she's going to check out for Kiernan Simmons, the junior. Jackson up 6-5 with 3:06 to go. Kimmy, you mentioned Jackson was able to beat the press that they saw recently from both Green River and Teton. They're struggling a little bit with it here, just a bit. Bertram puts one up, a catch and shoot, and it just misses. Rebound Fessler. Lonsway with it now. Bounce pass to Bardsley in the near elbow. Back to top of the key to Lonsway. She does such a good job to find the open player. Here's Bardsley tied up with Hero, but pulls it down. Lonsway going to shoot. Floater in the lane. No good. She gets her own rebound, and she's tackled by Lucy Webb. Webb tried to give the old, you can't be calling that on me, but Lucy, you're the only one on the ground next to Lonsway. I think it's you. And now Webb will come out. Rosenberg checks back in. And the inbounds pass, just two team fouls each. Violet Cook catching shoot, no good. And the rebound to Mads Holland. Jackson doing a good job of the defensive boards, making sure it's one and done every time Evanston misses. Bertram to Mads Holland. Holland watched by Bardsley inside of Rosenberg. Double team, kicks it out to Hero. Hero cross court. Zoe Bosch puts on a little dribbling clinic for the freshman Violet Cook, and now spins away from her and pop shot in the lane. No good, but oh boy, Zoe showed Cook a little something.
And Jackson with great, fantastic ball movement in that possession. And then Zoe with the beautiful spin. Gets fouled on the jump shot, which is really good to see. And free throws are going to be big in this game, I think.
Bosch, a 48% free throw shooter. You're right, that was really good movement by the girls. Kind of loosened up that defense until Zoe put the spin move and got aggressive, which is good. Go to the rim. Good things happen when you go to the iron. Zoe misses the first. Statistically, she should have this, and it's in. Jackson up by 2, 7-5 with 2:05 to go in the opening frame. Here comes Lonsway. Cross midcourt. Jackson waiting in that zone again. Cross court pass. Bardsley to Cook. Violet gets it out to Emmy Fessler. Back to Cook. Cook watched by Holland. Top of the key. Lonsway. She'll try a long two. No good. Rebound loose. Gets to Fessler. And Fessler finds Bardsley. Bardsley a shake and bake on Zoe, but can't get free. Now Lonsway, bounce pass. Fessler, she'll try a three. That's in! Emmy Fessler makes it 8-7, and Evanston in the lead now. Jackson ball, and again a little bit of pressure. Mads Hollins gets it to Bertram, and they're over the line safely. Bertram working on Fessler, and she did walk. Tried to pick up her dribble.
And even though there was a turnover there, the Jackson Bronx are really getting past this press really well. It's almost as good as Green River, probably if not better.
Yep, and they saw a little bit against Teton and managed it as well. So yeah, they're getting better at that. I'm sure they're working on it a bunch. 1:20 to go. First quarter, back and forth game. It's 8-7 Evanston. Fessler with the ball for the Red Devils. Working around to Bardsley, down to Cook. She'll drive the lane. Strong move by the freshman, but couldn't get it to go. Bertram rebound. Allison meets up with Bardsley at the timeline, and now the pass off the hands of, I believe, Lonsway. Jackson will retain possession just at the minute mark here. Rosenberg checks out, and Zoe Bosch back in.
Jackson getting away with a break on that possession because Bertram was over the half-court line.
I wondered.
It would have been an over and a back.
She was straddling it. Yeah, she was over. They did get a bit of a break on the out of bounds. Here's Raina Rhodes, and again, Evanston showing a little three-quarter pressure, and then the wait. Oh, big block there. And Zoe's going to pick up her second. She was trying to set a screen for the ball carrier, but she kind of stepped into her girl. And she gets her second, and Jackson can ill afford to have Zoe Bosch off the floor for any amount of time.
Nope, we talked to her about that before the game, too.
55 seconds. Evanston basketball. Fessler has hit a three, swings it to Lonsway. Now around the horn until Fessler thought about it, but Bertram got there quickly. Lonsway steps into the top of the key, and she walked again. Emma's got to work on her footwork, but she's young, the sophomore. Second travel violation on her, and Jackson with 40 seconds has the ball. Kicked away. Bardsley with a steal, and it runs out of bounds, but The reach in by, I believe, Webb. Are they going to call that on us? I think.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
And that's going to be Webb's second as well.
Yes.
So now the foul trouble is starting to come, at least at the end of the quarter for the Bronx sake.
Yeah, and that deep Red Devil bench, that's what I'm worried about. They can play a lot of girls, and we're going to run short here if this keeps up. Fessler, top of the key, gets it to Morrison. Now to Lonsway. She ran out of room in the block by Grayson Rosenberg. I like the tight defense. Rosenberg would not let Lonsway have the baseline, but she stepped into her. 5 team fouls on Jackson. That happened quickly. Lonsway to the line, 32% free throw shooter. First one is good, and it's 9-7. Violet Cook checks in for Ryan Debenham on the Red Devil side of things. Jackson with 2 of their top players with 2 fouls each, and that's the backcourt guards who they need. Rosenberg with a nice board, and she's bumped by Fessler, and somebody's let the whistles loose now.
Uh-oh. 4 fouls on the Red Devils.
Next one will put Jackson in the bonus. Here's the inbounds to Hero. Melanie bounce pass back to Raina Rhodes. Raina gets a trap, works it back to Hero, and she'll quickly get it over the line to Holland. Mads Holland, double team trap. Mads has still got her dribbles a little bit, and now she's in trouble. Pass to Bertram, walks up and can't get it to go, but Allison. I like Allison's aggressiveness, whether it's just shooting the 3 if it's there or going to the rack. Love it. Bertram 1 for 10 from the line, so we got to get better there, Allison. Come on, make them pay. 13.5 seconds to go in the first. Bertram can't quite get the roll. Jackson still down 9-7. Simmons back in for Evanston, replacing Fessler. Lonsway has a brief conference with Coach Barker, and here's the second from Bertram. And she's got it. Jackson within a point. Here comes Lonsway. Time ticking down. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Cross court pass to Lonsway. She's going to just launch it. That's off the backboard. No good. Time running out. Hero gets her pocket picked. Now that's how the first quarter will end with a score. Evanston 9, Jackson 8. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local while staying at the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, or 49er Inn and Suites. With the best entertainment, dining, shopping, bars, and brews all in walking distance, you'll never want to leave. Call 1-800-4-TETONS or find them on the web at townsquareinns.com.
This is KZ95 with live coverage of the Jackson Bronx.
Back to Evanston High School in the heart of Uintah County. Jake Nichols, Mac Fairbairn, Kimmy K bringing you the action. Jackson girls down a point, 9-8, but playing pretty well.
Yes, that would be a quarter you'd expect from both teams. Very evenly matched, so it's going to be a very even score. And both teams scoring, doing a pretty good share of scoring from the three-point line on both sides. And this is one of the best quarters for the Jackson Bronx for sure, as well as the Evanston Red Devils all season. They both want this win.
Yeah, I think both coaches can say you played well that quarter, girls. I think both Shockley and Barker are saying good quarter. Keep it up. We're into the second quarter now. 9-8, Evanston lead. Lonsway with the round ball, gets it over to Bardsley. She's that distance shooter. Lonsway drives and now kick out to Debenham. Drive by Bardsley. It's not there. Long 3, no good from Morrison, and Jackson on the rebound. Here come the Lady Bronx. I forgot to do a replay. Maybe there wasn't a replay in the first quarter, right?
I don't know. You're not paying attention.
I got to do it. Remind me if you see a good play. Oh, a steal by Emma Lonsway going the other way for Evanston. Lonsway watched closely, kicks it up to Morrison. Cross to Bardsley, back to Morrison at the top of the key to Lonsway. Near side elbow. Cross court. This team cross court passes a lot. I saw it Thursday night against Star Valley as well. They will heave it all the way to the other side of the court in the paint, and in trouble is Kiernan Simmons, the junior. And she goes down, and did we do something bad to her?
She
or no?
traveled.
Okay.
Court was just a little too slippery, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, talk to the guy who waxes that. That's your own home court. Too long for Zoe Bosch to find anybody open. Did Shockley save her with a timeout? No, he did not.
Oh, I thought he did.
They're going to say the violation. What do you got, 5 seconds, Mac, to get that ball in?
Yes.
Bardsley will inbounds here. She finds an open Lonsway. Long three, just off the back of the iron. Raina Rhodes for the rebound. It's grabbed away by Morrison to Bardsley. She finds an open Lonsway, and Webb picks her up quickly. Lonsway bounce pass, wide open, long three, too short from Simmons. But another look at the ball. Evanston on the rebound. Here comes Lonsway. She'll try it herself. The left-hand drive, no good. Rebound bounces around, goes into the hands of Lucy Webb. Finally.
And Evanston's size is starting to become a big factor as they got 2 offensive rebounds in that possession.
We have yet to see West, but Simmons has been good down low. That's a nice move by Holland to get away, and there's a rebound on the back end by Zoe Bosch. Collided heavily with Bardsley. Looked like a knee on knee, but Zoe's okay, I think. Big substitutions for the Red Devils. They can do that. I mean, they just swap 3 at a time, and we get our first look at Anna Lee West. And it looks man on man that she's going to be sticking close to Rosenberg. Mads Hollands with it now, working on the freshman Cook. Now the ball gets somehow to Zoe Bosch. Bosch still has her dribble, puts it up and in. Zoe, I think everybody forgot that she could still dribble.
And that was a fantastic move, using the left hand, getting the easy layup.
Note to self, that was a replay that I should have done.
That was a replay you should have done.
Fessler with it now, watched by Raina Rhodes. Fessler gets it to Lonsway. She drives. What a bounce pass to Cook, but Violet couldn't really do anything with it. Lonsway has such a good eye for what's on the floor. And a whistle here. What's that?
It looked like an offensive foul call. I don't know who would be on.
Yeah, but nobody came up to the...
So it could have been 3 seconds in the key.
Oh, right. 10-9, Jackson leads this. They have the ball. Raina Rhodes in the backcourt with Zoe. They got to hurry here. That pass is into the scorer's table and out of bounds. So the pressure has bothered the Jackson girls a little bit. They haven't broke it quite as well as they did last week. Yeah, a little bit of trouble. Timeout here by Coach Sean Shockley. We'll take it as well. You're enjoying Bronx basketball at KZ95, the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local. Recently renovated, the 49er boasts a new lobby, extended continental breakfast, indoor swimming pool, fitness facility, and 12-person outdoor hot tub. Located on Pearl Street, the 49er is just 3 short blocks from Jackson's greatest bars and restaurants, where you'll find your home away from home. Enjoy your time in Jackson as part of the Town Square Inns, and stay at the 49er Inn and Suites.
Watching and listening to live coverage of Jackson Hole High School sports on KZ95.
Good basketball game here. Lonsway with it for Evanston. Swings it around to Emerson Fessler to Cook inside to West. She was triple teamed, so she kicked it back out. That was the right play by West. She got a lot of attraction. And I think the Lady Bronx might have been listening to our pregame show when he said, stop West. As soon as the ball touched her hands, 3 girls there. Foul on who?
Lucy Webb.
Okay. Webb's got 3, yeah. Lonsway works it Lonsway with it now. Baseline shot off the side of the backboard. Gets her own rebound up and in. You got to stay with it. And Lonsway did. At first, she didn't succeed and got her own rebound, puts it in. Evanston back on top, 11-10. Lucy Webb, good job breaking the press by dribbling. Raina Rhodes with it now, watched by the freshman Cook. Look out, Fessler reached in and caused Raina to travel. Emmy Fessler just threw off Raina's dribble there by reaching in. I was hoping Emmy was going to get whistled for a foul, but not the case. Travel. Cook will inbounds to Lonsway. Freshman backcourt by Evanston. Freshman and a sophomore. Evanston backcourt. Fessler, cross-court pass. Again, these Lady Red Devils, if somebody's open on the backside, they'll find him inside of West. and Anna Lee does her thing. And she wasn't exactly uncovered.
And that was perfect execution by the Red Devils. Great bounce pass to find the open West for the easy 2.
The pass intended for Bertram from Rhodes didn't get there. Cook stole it, and now it's Morrison to West, out to Emmy Fessler. Her long 3 no good, but tracking the rebound down is Morrison. Poked away by Rhodes, and I think Jackson got a break. I'm going to say Bronx ball. And Lonsway checks out for the first time this afternoon. Boy, she sees the court well. Inbounds pass, Bosch to Hero. Melanie trying to become one of those ball-handling point guards. Pass to Bertram, stolen away. Violet Cook, and she lost the handle. Herrero returns the favor. Jackson Bronx with a whistle here, and what's this?
Cook with the reach.
Okay. Coach Barker, hands on head, did not like that call. 3:49 to go in the half. 13-10 Evanston has been back and forth. Bosch finds Hero. Melanie back to Zoe Bosch. Bosch watched by Braylon Morrison. Now gets it to Mads Holland. Good pass to Hero. Long 3. Boy, that looked good all the way until it wasn't. And the rebound, Evanston. West up with it to Cook. The freshman across the line. Violet surveys the floor. Has she got the eye that Lonsway does? We'll see. Morrison back to Cook, to a wide open Bardsley. Back to Cook. Cook finds Fessler on the back door, far side. And again, a lot of good passing here, but nobody's really got a shot. They work it into West, and Rosenberg with a foul. But I mean, West is getting attention, a lot of attention. I think you have to. But if you keep harming her, you're going to run out of fouls. And who's that on? Grayson?
No, they put it on Zoe Bosch.
Bosch cannot.
That's both her and Lucy
too
have
many.
3.
Yeah, and still in the first half, they both got 3. West misses the first. We thought Annalee West, the freshman, would have an impact on the game. Coach Barker took a while to put her on the floor, but boy, when she's out there, you know it. West's second shot coming here. Rattles in and out. Lane violation, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's on Evanston. So Hero will inbounds here. 3:14 to go with half. Jackson trail by 3. Hero with it. Pressure from Bardsley. Melanie calmly gets it back to my favorite, Harley Rommel, who's seeing a little bit of action here. She played earlier in the JV game, and another whistle.
Number 2, Emma.
And Jackson's doing a really good job looking for the middle. Problem is there has been a couple turnovers because Evanston now is heavily guarding that middle on the press.
Good eye, Mac. Jackson with the ball, scramble for it. Rosenberg goes to the floor with West. It'll be a jump ball. Arrow favors the orange and black, I believe. Jackson will retain possession. Bertram, who wants to inbounds here? Melanie will. Hero inbounds. Bardsley with the arms raised, trying to create a distraction. Hero gets it to Mads Holland. Holland, but look out from behind, and Emma Lonsway, who we talked about, she's a steel machine. You just don't see her. She's like camouflaged. She slapped it loose out of bounds. 2:55 to go with the half. Evanston basketball. They lead it 13-10. Lonsway to Bardsley. Cross court pass to Fessler. Too far, too high, too strong. Out of bounds. Jackson ball, a 3 would tie it. Rhodes gets it across the line, picks up a double team, but manages to leak it to Rosenberg. Wide open, Holland under the rack. West goes flying by, but Mads missed the layup. And Jackson with the ball. Good job by Holland to wait for the pressure to release, and then she just got to hit that shot. Fessler, Lonsway, she'll take the wide open look. That's off the back of the iron, no good. Rhodes with the rebound, took it away from her teammate, and now Reyna goes down hard. Bardsley is going to get the hurt. That was Harley Rommel, who thought she had the board until Reyna said, I'm going to fly sky high over the top of you. And now J.C. Bardsley will check out. with the foul. That's just her second, but she'll take a seat. Harley Rommel in the backcourt with Hero. Up ahead to Rhodes. She had a way to the rack, but she pulled up to Rosenberg to Hero. Hero cross court. Holland. Holland tries to make a move. She lost the handle out of bounds. Unforced error. She was guarded by Debenham, but Mads just lost it.
And Jackson now is just getting rushed in their half-court offense. They just got to take it a little bit more easy, take a little bit more time, look for their passes.
Yeah, never mind what I said about running and speeding it up, because Evanston can run and stay fresh, because now you see our first look at Madison Brown, the sophomore, and she launches Fessler. No good, but the rebound by Mads Holland. Hero with it now. Webb and Bosch are on the bench with 3 fouls each. And Hero ran out of room over there. She got bumped hard, and she says, where's the foul? Lansway got a pretty good piece of her and knocked her out of bounds. The call is out of bounds. We'll stay here with 1:36 to go. It's 13-10 Jackson. It's still very much a game. So what do you think, Mac? Yeah, I mean, do you want to run? You said slow it down, take your time anyway.
I think if the opportunity is available, run the fast break. I'm a very big fan of the fast break.
Yeah.
But then once you slow it down and you're in your half-court offense, Shockley has a great deal of sets, set plays.
Yeah.
That's where it's got to slow down. And Jackson has been doing a good job moving the ball around, taking their time. They just got to continue to take their time just to get the best looks possible.
It'll be nice to go into a half, feel good anyway, if you could get this tied. 13-10 Evanston. Jackson's had the lead at times, it's been back and forth. The Red Devils, like we thought, have been playing a whole bunch of girls. I mean, I think 10 have been on the floor total. Jackson wishes they had that kind of bench, because Bosch and Webb, both with 3 fouls each, are in trouble. Evanston with it now with a 3-point lead. Lansway drives, kicks it back out. Rhodes shut her off. It's to Morrison. Now to Violet Cook. Now back to Lansway. To Morrison. Morrison drives, picks up. Good defense here, and an unforced error out of bounds off Madison Brown. That's uncharacteristic of Brown, who's usually a very good ball handler. The sophomore just lost the handle. And Jackson ball, and here we go with 1:18. Bronx facing a little bit of pressure. How do they break it without Webb and Bosch, their normal point guards? Raina Rhodes got out of control with a dribble, but out of bounds off Bardsley. Jackson ball. Hero will inbounds. Bounce pass to Rommel, stolen away, and J.C. Bardsley saw that all the way. Hands off to Lansway. Under a minute to go in the half. Cross court wide open is Madison Brown, the sophomore, drives baseline, and she's tripped up.
I think she tripped herself, but Mads' foot was right there
Mads
near it.
helped
her. I don't feel like that was a real trip, but I think she tripped on her own feet. But
for some reason on the Evanston end, there's been a lot of slips.
Yeah.
On both teams, whether it's off a rebound, whether it's driving to the basket.
Inbounds pass here to Kiernan Simmons. Simmons double team, so kicks out to Morrison. Over to Cook. Over to Lansway. Lansway watched by Rhodes. Rhodes going to pick up Cook as well. Rhodes just going to cover everybody.
And another 3-second call on the Red Devils. They are camping in the paint.
Guilty party might have been Kiernan Simmons. I didn't see it. All right, here's Harley Rommel with it now for Jackson. To Melanie Hero. Lady Bronx having trouble. Stolen away by Lansway. Her layup is no good. The rebound Hero. She battles, and it's out of bounds, I believe, off Lansway. Yes.
Yeah, it's great hustle by Hero to get back on that defensive, just to stop the fast break. Is really and without fouling as well.
Yeah.
Really good hustle by Hero. And now Coach Shockley says, I have got to get my ball handlers in there with this press. He's probably told Webb and Bosch, look, it's important for you to dribble. I don't want you to play tight defense. We can't afford the foul, but I need you to get this ball across the timeline. No. They can't there. Stolen by Madison Brown. Her shot no good, and Webb picks up her fourth.
That's not good.
Oh, boy.
That hurts a little bit.
You It's tough. Mac, you know, when you turn the ball over, what's the first thing in your mind? I want to get it back, and I want to hurt someone.
And it's frustrating. Yes, it's a frustration foul.
Oh, frustration foul. Cannot afford that if you're Webb. You just can't. I'm sure Shockley said, I'm going to put you back out there, but you cannot pick up another, and she did. Bounce pass out here to Emmy Fessler to Lonsway. Evanston in no hurry, want to play for a last shot. Fessler, top of the key, 3, rattles in and out. Rebound goes into the hands of Zoe Bosch. Bosch pushes the pace, 1-on-2, puts it up. Good! Zoe Bosch has drawn the Lady Bronx within 1, and that's how it'll end. So you end on a high note. That's positive. At the half, it's Evanston 13, Jackson 12. Coming right back, we'll have a live chat with the boys' coach. Coach Matt Elliott is here in booth. We'll do it right after this. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio.
They say the best offense is a good defense. This theory applies on Wyoming's roads and highways just as much as it does on the basketball court. Always know road conditions before you head out. Visit wyoroad.info, download YDOT's 511 app, or call 511 for current conditions. Buckle up every trip, every time, and put away distractions, especially your phone, so you're better prepared for the unexpected. Finally, never drink and drive, not even a little, because buzz driving is drunk driving. This message brought to you by YDOT.
We're back at the half. Girls trail this one, but it's close. Don't go anywhere. This is anybody's game. Both teams want this dub badly. And Coach Matt Elliott is with us for the boys. Do you mean to tell me, Coach, you're leaving the boys unsupervised right now? Are they all right?
Well, that's why you got to have a few assistants around. So we got a few of them. I'm hoping here after this dance they get out in there and warm up. But you never know what's going to happen in 5 minutes. I'm not keeping my eyes on them.
We caught most of the team at For Pete's Sake coffee shop this morning, so they should be jazzed up on caffeine, ready to run.
Well, Seth Browner loves a little bit of caffeine in his life, you know, and actually to get here into Evanston, let them actually walk up there, you know, get themselves moving a little bit. That was an early morning for us. 5:30 makes for a long day, so I was actually happy they wanted to get out there and go get a little caffeine in them.
I don't want to distract from you, Coach, but on the floor is an award-winning dance team, cheer team. So we want to make sure our folks get to see them, even if it's from the backside. So, you know, what's the state of mind for these boys? You could not get the sweep over Teton. That's a real good team. You both held home court advantage coming off that loss, and you're coming into hostile territory with a big, important conference win. Are the boys, are they in the right mind space?
Well, I do believe they are. You know, when you look back at that Teton game real quick, we played a pretty good game. You know, we turned it over a little bit too much, gave up 17 points off of turnovers. You know, when we talked about that game, we said we had to limit them on the glass. We gave up 8 offensive rebounds. We actually went to the glass and got 14 offensive rebounds. So we did a pretty good job taking care of the basketball for the most part up until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And then we got in the fourth quarter, we got sloppy with the basketball, and that kind of decided the game. Again, probably shooting a few too many threes, shot 23% in that game, you know, but at that point Hannah was a little rusty, a little sloppy with the ball, 7 turnovers himself, so luckily Mason Borchardt came to play in Teton, so that was nice. Gave him a lot of confidence. You know, looking at this Evanston game, you know, the thing they have is they're disciplined. You know, they don't have one stud out there. Balanced scoring, no person over 10 points, but they got a bunch of guys all between 6 and 8 points. And Coach Watsabat does a heck of a job with them. You know, they're going to run some methodical sets. You're going to have to dig in defensively, and you're going to as well have to take care of the basketball because it's probably going to be a low possession game.
You're right. I mean, it must be a Uintah County thing, spreading the scoring. Mac Fairburn, he pointed out the girls do that as well. There's not any one person. They spread it out well. Mac, you're just 1 year out of the program as a player. You can tell me, how much is it on the players to get in the right mind space? So you just lost against Teton. This is a big, important win. You're going into Evanston where it's tough to play. How much does Coach get your spirits up? How much do you as players say, we got to do it ourselves? This is on us. I don't know.
Well, a great thing I was once told is a player-led team is better than a coach-led team. And so I think it's definitely more on the players to get themselves collective, while the coach is kind of acts as the guidance role as he guides them to victory.
A fast start would be nice here. Quiet the crowd that's always loud. Coach Elliott, what have you done specifically for the Red Devils? What have you put in place for these guys? You want to press them? Is there any one thing you told you guys, look, this is how we need to play Evanston?
Well, we did watch a lot of film on Evanston. That's one thing that helps a lot, So we shouldn't be surprised by any of their sets. Obviously, as I said, Coach Watsbaugh does a good job. I could see in the JV game he has put his time in as well. So he knows what we're going to do. But in the end, our hope is that our big three, Borchardt, Hannah, and Brunner, are better than their big three. So playing with confidence. The thing we're still working on with this group is resiliency. They're going to make a run at some point in this game. This gym is going to get loud at some point. How do we react to that? The big thing we talk about as well is it's mistake response. We're going to make a mistake at some point, but how do we respond to the mistake? Basketball is too quick of a game for you to make a mistake, and it'll allow you to be mentally not engaged for 3 or 4 possessions. 3 or 4 possessions are going to be big in this game, so we got to stay engaged, stay resilient, and stay disciplined as well. Can't take bad chances when they get methodical on the offensive end.
How does the team respond when the heat is turned up, and how does the team respond in the back end 16 minutes, not the front end? We've seen a lot of good first halves out of these Broncs. Third quarters have been wonky. Full 32 minutes, so key, Coach.
Yeah, and I think the one thing I got to do a better job of as well is probably got to get some of our starters breaks earlier in the first half. I think they're probably playing a few too many minutes, so that's one thing we are going to be purposeful with today. Got to be down Keelan for the day, so a little short-handed, but we've got some other kids that are ready to step up. Hopefully Fowler can find that shot of his, because when he's knocking it down, opens the floor up for Hannah. Owen Kahana probably are going to see a little bit of time at the point today. Try to get Brunner off the ball a little bit so he can slash, so all eyes aren't on him. And then in the end, gentlemen, 2-time All-State, 6'8". Andrew Hanna's got to get back to be Andrew Hanna.
Yeah.
Can't have 10.7 turnovers like he did at Teton, but I have a lot of faith that Andrew will bring it tonight.
Andrew needs to bring it, and I don't know what the answer is. They'll play Cohen on him, I would imagine, Morrow, but Morrow's 6'2" against 6'7", 6'8", so we'll see. Could get real physical if you watch the game. Simon Gaskell for Star Valley and Cohen Morrow, they had an epic war in the paint, and maybe we'll see that again with Hannah and Morrow. I don't know, but I love the idea of getting Seb slashing. I haven't seen enough of that, and resting guys and seeing new faces. That could be fun. Yeah, that second half. What's the halftime pep talk when you're up? Do you keep that, like, if you're up 8 at the half, up 10 at the half, what do you tell them? Like, we got this, or do you tell them, come on, double down?
Well, I got to tell them something different, because what I've been telling them hasn't been working. So if you guys have any advice, please let me know. But let's not. At this point, I didn't have the answer. But I really do think we can get a little complacent at times, and I think trying to reset our minds, get us back to almost a 0-0 mindset. You got to go win the third quarter. I think we come out a little lackadaisical at times, so probably going to try to bring them out a little bit early, maybe not talk quite as much, hoping we have that lead. Let them come out and probably get in the same warm-up as we do to start the game, and hopefully give them that same amount of time. So however we start games, I need to get back and do that same thing to start third quarters.
Yeah, I like it, and the bus ride home's always better with the dub. Let's get it. This is a big one.
Hey, I will say, I sure appreciate you guys making the trip. Matt, doing a heck of a job.
Thank you.
Play-by-play, you found yourself a good one here. Jake and Wells, appreciate everyone listening in, the sponsors. It means a lot to all these people, these kids, and people back home, people all around the nation can watch them play, because they put a lot of time into this. So appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate you, Coach. Thanks a lot. It's Coach Matt Elliott. He's going to go down and coach them up as the boys just got a little warm-up in on this gym and got a feel for the shooting lines. Mac, you like to shoot here. You know who we need to shoot here is AJ. Boy, he has got to get on track. How much pressure should we put on your three shooter? Should we put on AJ? I hate to call him out, but he's out there to do pretty much one thing, and when he does it like nobody else. He's ridiculous. Can he have a big game back in this gym?
Of course he can have a big game. He shot 37% 2 years ago, and even though he hasn't been to that form quite since it's about confidence. AJ's got to shoot with confidence. He's got to act like every time he shoots it, every time he lets it go, it's going into the basket. He's got to see it going in before it goes in, and that is such a big part of when you're the shooter. The shooter's mindset is it's going in every time, no matter what.
Such a basketball shooter thing to say is visualize it going in, but it is. It's that simple, and hopefully number 5 can get it rolling, because we've seen him take over a game when it's working. I think Jackson's going to need a bunch of that, especially with Gavin Keelan out tonight. So boys coming up, but let's finish this girls game. We're at the half, and the score, Evanston 13, Jackson 5. Right back with the start of the third. After these, you're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Great Northern Coffee. Jackson's own coffee roaster has been roasting and blending a wide selection of coffee since 1979. A warm fire, friendly faces, and a cup of Great Northern Coffee. Just the thing to kick off our Bronx and Cowboy teams. Try our Bronx Blend, a heavy, rich cup of coffee that will run you over like the Bronx football team. Great Northern Coffee, available at grocery stores and coffee shops around the state. Also available online at greatnortherncoffee.com.
Here's your voice of the Jackson Bronx.
All right, real quick, Kimmy K, what do you got for point totals for our Jackson Lady Bronx?
We got Zoe Bosch with 5. Allison Burcham has 4, and Lucy Webb has 3.
And for the other guys, those Lady Red Devils?
Emma Lonsway has 3. Braylon Morrison has 3. Emmy Fessler has 3. Casey Barker has 2. And Annalie West has 2.
Jackson playing good defense here to start the third as we switch sides. Evanston moving right to left. Mac, you talked about the good defense. Some 3 balls early because it's been tight down low. And then now there's really nothing. Either team is struggling to find a shot.
Yes, and Jackson looks very unified in the zone. I love it. Love to see it.
Is it difficult to play a zone? Is it difficult to learn and execute?
Our ball.
Yes and no. It's when you're running a zone, you're obviously trying to get rid of the post looks. You do have to move around a lot more, get to your place. You can't take breaks on a zone ever. And so I guess it's harder because when closing out, that's when it's harder for a zone.
Zoe Bosch with the ball now. Left-hand pass over to Raina Rhodes. She finds an open Rosenberg. Grayson doesn't shoot enough. I would like to see her just catch and shoot a little more often. Raina with Lonsway on her. Gets it to Mads Holland. Holland cross court finds an open Bosch. Good pass. Bosch drives the lane. Left-handed. Good. Zoe Bosch.
And she has 3 left-handed layups in this game.
Ooh.
Really impressive from Zoe Bosch.
14-13. Jackson in the lead to start the third. Pitch and catch with Morrison and Lonsway. Here's Morrison. She'll try a long 2 and rattles in and out. No good. Rebound. Look out. Rosenberg and Holland wanted it. Mads takes it. And Jackson with the ball and the lead. Pushed ahead to Raina Rhodes. Rhodes working on Bardsley. Raina picks up the dribble, needs help, gets it from Burcham, who lost the handle, stolen away by you-know-who, Lonsway, who goes in with a left-handed layer, and that's good. And you cannot leave Emma Lonsway with loose change like that. She'll make you pay in a hurry. Again, full court pressure. Coach Barker knows he's got the Jackson backcourt in foul trouble, and he's all happy to press. Raina, they got to get it across the line. Raina bumps hard, but Bardsley draws it. Oh, good shot by Raina. I think she got a call there as she forced herself into Bardsley and picked up the foul, and she needed it, Max. She was in trouble.
That was a very smart play by Raina Rhodes. And yeah, this has been good so far for Jackson, trying to get it across half court. And they're looking for their first win since December 18th, 2022.
Wow. Zoe Bosch with it in the left-hand block. Gets it out to Holland. She's wide open. Her shot too strong. Rebound to the back end by Braylon Morrison. To Lonsway. Emma Lonsway. To Bardsley. She's their triple shooter, but Hero does not give her much of a look. Now she'll try again. There's Bardsley. Drives the lane. Rosenberg picks her up. And I didn't see a lot of contact there, but the whistle.
Maybe Herrero? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I was watching Rosenberg, and it was Hierro who made the contact, so it'll send Bardsley to the line, 50-50 shooter. She gets the first. And we're at 16-14 Red Devils. And again, they make wholesale changes. They can afford to do that. Coach Barker keeps them fresh over there. You just keep coming at you. One sophomore freshman after another. Bardsley's second is in as well. She gets them both, and it's 17-14. Jackson again facing pressure, but Zoe Bosch takes advantage of a Red Devil team that kind of fell asleep. Dribbles across the line quickly to Holland. Holland kicks out Bosch. Puts a move on Violet Cook. Her shot off the side backboard. Cook with a rebound. Good defense by Violet. Good board by Violet. Bardsley puts a step on Hierro. Now hands off to Lonsway. She drives the left-hand lane. Her shot too short. Rebound. Evanston. That's the big Cassie Barker, the 5'10 freshman with the board. And now Cook in the lane. Draws traffic. Rhodes hits the deck. All kinds of contact. It'll be a charge, though. Every time I hear a whistle, I think some Bronc is going to leave the game because we got 3-4 fouls on some of these girls.
Yeah, I was going to say they've got 3 on both of theirs.
Okay.
2 of theirs, I mean.
Bosch with it now for Jackson at that far elbow. Bosch drives. Now the kick back out to Rosenberg. Works it to Hierro. Almost stolen. Now Melanie did lose the handle to Violet Cook. Lonsway got to do a better job of hanging on to the ball back. Again, you said slow your mind. Slow it down. You're not really that much of a hurry if you just slow the game down in your own mind. There's Bardsley, the 3. No. And a tie-up between Hierro and Fessler.
Good hustle from Melanie Hierro trying to get that rebound, even with the height disadvantage.
She does show a lot of hustle. She's getting a lot more playing time with Webb and Bosch in the foul trouble. Webb is off the floor now, and it's Hierro is really taking her spot. Pass up ahead to Holland. Bounce pass to Rhodes. She drives baseline. Kick back out to Holland. Ooh. Mads with Fessler on her. Oh, and the pass off Hayden Block's face, and Lonsway with the layup, and it's 19-14. Evanston. Emma Lonsway having a game. Here's Hayden Block, who's in for Jackson. Dribbles out of pressure, gets it to Zoe Bosch. Zoe slows things down with Madison Brown watching her. Zoe waiting for some kind of movement, gets it to Grayson Rosenberg. Rosenberg into Rhodes. She's open for a moment. Her shot no good. It's off the bottom of the backboard, and that's something Mac talked about, where these boards are. Maybe can trick you. Lonsway, nice bounce pass inside. Anna Lee West kicks it back out. Evanston resets cross court to Madison Brown. She'll try a shot. Good. And I believe that's Brown's first points on the afternoon.
That is correct.
Coach Shockley has got to slow this down. Is he the one that called it, or does Barker want to have a party here? It's Barker who wants to give his girls some cheering. Boy, they came on. That's a big push for the Lady Red Devils.
The lead is now extended to 7 for Evanston.
Football score 21-14. And the big story is Emma Lonsway with the steals. If you're not sure of the ball, if you bobble it just a little, Mac, she's going to take it. And she's perfect with the layup. She's just up and in.
Yep, number 7 in the conference, just barely ahead of Zoe Bosch, who's number 8 in steals per game, 2.5.
Yeah, it's Lady Bronx giveaways to Emma Lonsway have been the difference in this one so far. Anna Lee West hasn't taken over the game like we thought she might. She hasn't been out there enough. And then the other aspect of the game is the foul trouble, and Jackson, Lucy Webb and Zoe Bosch both in deep doo-doo with fouls.
Yeah, Lucy with 4.
And don't think the Red Devil coach, Roy Barker, doesn't know that the Jackson backcourt, the ball handlers are in foul trouble. He is really put on the pressure. He'll back off now because the 2 starting guards are in, but when they're not in, he turns up the heat. Lucy Webb, her pass is picked off. Guess who? Lonsway floats one ahead, and that's off the hands of Violet Cook. Lonsway appears to be everywhere on the floor, number 2. Every pass, every bobble, dribble, and Lonsway's on you. Pass ahead to Mads Holland. Holland has tried the 3. She had an open look. Good, Mads Holland!
And that's a huge shot for Jackson.
Big time, because the momentum was all Evanston. That stops a 9-0 run, I believe, by the Red Devils, or an 8-0 run. Violet Cook bumps hard with Holland, so her shot is short. But Evanston the rebound momentarily out of bounds. Pass from Simmons looking for Fessler, never connected.
And another timeout by Evanston. Barker doesn't like what he sees.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All it takes is a big 3 and a turnover, and coaches want to stem the momentum. Turned it around the other way. That's a big thing. Mac, are you a believer that coaches, that's one of the things they got to be looking to do, is call timeouts to kind of stop momentum or keep momentum? Like, that's a coach's art, isn't it?
Yes. I think calling a timeout before a run gets too bad is critical, and I think that's what Barker may have saw. But something, he was happy 2 seconds ago, but now
no, he's not as happy.
No, he doesn't look as happy down there.
He was ecstatic 2 seconds ago. He called a timeout to cheer his girls on, and now fast forward to present, he calls a timeout to tell his girls what they're doing wrong. 21-17. Jackson still trailed by 4 here in the third quarter with 2:40 to go. Bosch playing in foul trouble, will dribble into a trap. It gets it over to the wide open Lucy Webb. She's over the line. She gets trapped, and her pass picked off, and that has been trouble. Violet Cook lays it up, no good. Rebound, that won't go either from Madison Brown, and now a foul. Burcham standing over the fallen Evanston girl, who is Fessler.
And while Jackson has done a great job breaking the press and getting past the half court, something they need to work on is not dribbling to those deadly corners.
Yeah.
And getting yourself trapped, yeah. Lonsway, her pass floated into Cook, almost went away. Cook trying to find Simmons, that won't work, stolen away. Burcham gets it up to Zoe Bosch over the line. Zoe, top of the key, wide open. Rosenberg, but she lost the handle. Grayson, is that Webb?
That was to Mads.
Mads, I'm wrong. Third time I'll be right. Mads was thinking about the shot before she secured the pass. She was wide open, though. Would have been a good look. Good pass anyway. Mads Holland with Cook on her. Mads hands off to Bosch. She'll try a 15-footer off the back of the iron. No good.
And that's where they need to rebound those.
Good idea, but the shot just off. Here comes the Red Devils in transition. Layer up and in. No, Madison Brown missed it. Jackson rebound. Zoe Bosch. Zoe Lonsway tracking her. Pulls up her dribble and...
an offensive foul on Zoe Bosch, which will be her 4th.
Wow.
That is her 4th.
And knowing she had, that's a, boy, I mean, she was swinging elbows, but I didn't see a lot of cats. Tough way to get your 4th is all I'm saying. Maybe that's how you get your 1st, but your 4th, that's tough. That's like calling pass interference in the 4th quarter with 3 seconds. I mean, that's a tough one. Lonsway with it now, over to her guard mate Morrison. Lonsway now to Violet Cook. Cook to Lonsway. Lonsway drives, steps, gets it back out to Cook. Cook's got a wide open Brown or Morrison. She'll take it, and no good.
Careful,
and
Lucy.
Evanston with another offensive board. Red Devils keep it alive. Inside to Anna Lee West working on Rosenberg. Good job by Grayson to deny an open look. She got a piece of that shot, I think.
Yeah.
And the jump ball will favor Evanston. Rhodes checks in for Webb.
I felt like the jump was on with Mads and Grayson. I feel like they both had their hands on that.
So then what do you call it? Jackson's backcourt is out now again. So let's see if the Red Devils recognize that. There's Lonsway, baseline 3. Good. And Emma Lonsway, just nothing she can't do. this afternoon. Hero gets it inbounds to Rhodes. No pressure yet as Evanston, I think, does not recognize both Webb and Bosch are out. Here's Madison, Burcham. Allison fires, gets it. Jackson has an answer. Is that 3? No, 2.
No, it was a 3.
That was a 3.
24-20.
Okay. 24-20, time running out, down to 35 seconds in the third. Lonsway with Hero watching her, and they want to play for a last shot here as Barker shouts out instructions to his guard Lonsway to Cook inside it, Anna Lee West. And again, Evanston not eager to shoot here until time runs down a little further. We're down to 17-16. Lonsway, far side of Morrison to Lonsway, near here to Cook. Somebody got to shoot now as we're under 10. It's Cook. Violet snatching at it as Burcham, who's going to pick up a foul as she really reached in hard on Violet Cook, the freshman, but nobody in the bonus yet. And with 6.2 seconds, Evanston will inbounds and maybe set up a play here. Jackson brings in some defense as we get our first look at a shot up and in for Evanston, and that's how we will end the third quarter with a score. Evanston 26, Jackson 20. Right back with the exciting finish on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Hey, I'm Allie Lane from Jackson Hole Young Life. Do you remember what it's like to be a teenager? It can be really tough trying to navigate sports, academics, relationships with family and friends, not to mention the added stress of social media, phones, and screen time. Young Life believes that every teen deserves to know that they are loved and their story matters. Young Life leaders enter the world of teens, focusing on what matters to them: fun, adventure, friendship, and a sense of significance. If you love teenagers as much as we do, there's more info at our website, jacksonhole.younglife.org, to learn more.
Let's get back to the live action on KZ95. Here's Jake Nichols.
Now you can feel it. Both teams want this one badly. Both teams come into this game searching for their first win of the season, and Evanston has a 6-point lead with 8 minutes to go. They're feeling it. That was Olive Furmanek in the game for Jackson. I had to look to see who 44 was, and I missed some action. Jackson with the ball. Zoe Bosch with it now. 2 threes would tie it. Furmanek has it now. Works it to Grayson Rosenberg, to Melanie Hierro, who gets rid of her mark. Fires a shot, but it's no good. To the rebound, Cassie Barker. Evanston come up with Lonsway. Works it ahead to Bardsley. She's open for a moment, but Rosenberg gets to her quickly. You've got to. She's the 3 shooter. You can't give Bardsley too much of a look. Lonsway with it now. Rhodes on her. Jackson doing a good job in this zone again. Not much open. Cross-court pass. Lonsway, drive baseline. Rosenberg shuts her off. Bardsley will try a 3. That's off the mark. Rebound, though. Evanston, and Simmons is fouled on the putback.
And as you can see, Evanston's not in a hurry to score.
Yeah. Yeah, and it tires you out, doesn't it, when you got to play defense and there's no shot coming and you keep having to play defense. Simmons gets that one to make it 27-20. Kiernan Simmons, a 60% free throw shooter. That leads the team. She's the best from the stripe. She'll try another. And every point is crucial. 27-20. She gets them both. So note to Bronx, don't foul number 32. Jackson with it now. Zoe Bosch triggers up ahead to an open Holland. Mads with Fessler on her out to Hierro. Melanie Hierro finds underneath, looking for a block, but Hayden couldn't come up, or sorry, Bosch, she could not come up with it, and Lonsway with another takeaway. Bardsley to Lonsway. She sees the floor so well. She looked around, nothing there. Cross court now to Fessler. Emmy to Lonsway. And you're right, Mac, no urgency here in the Red Devil offense. Fessler double team, pass out to Lonsway. It's got to be tiring to just keep chasing bodies around and no shot comes. Baseline drive, Parker, and Rosenberg came out hard. She knew that was on her, but yeah, you also get maybe some frustration when finally somebody goes to the basket. I don't know. Rosenberg just attacked Barker on that, picked up the foul. Evanston with the ball. They lead by 8. Long shot from Lonsway. Good, and that's 3. And boy, you got a feel that might have been a dagger. Jackson Ball, they're down 11. First double-digit lead, biggest lead for the Red Devils. Hierro and Bosch of the backcourt. Now a pass up ahead to Holland, and who wanted it? Hierro and Mads both kind of went for it, but neither grabbed it. And it goes out of bounds. Substitutions, Burcham in for Melanie Hierro for Coach Shockley. Girls trail 31-20 here in hostile territory. The boys Evanston team gets up and gets ready to warm up. Bardsley with it, back out to Lonsway to a wide open Fessler. Thought about it, but she knows the gig here is to let the clock burn. And a little block there. Rosenberg with a push. And she's going to pick up a foul.
That's her 4th.
Bardsley down. Grayson is about had it with this game. I mean, she's been a one-man gang against Barker, West, Simmons down low. It's been all Rosenberg, and there's battles that we don't see, Mac, when your eyes are looking at the ball that it just boil over. Here's Fessler.
And Lucy Webb just fouled out.
She got Fessler on the arm, and Lucy does not know she's done. Maybe she does. Trying to pull a fast. Should be 5 on Webb, though. And
it is 5 on Webb. Grayson and Zoe are right behind her.
And Rhodes will come in for Webb.
Yeah. 31-25, 44 to go. We got a lot of basketball left. Trouble is, Coach Shockley has just lost one of his guards, Lucy Webb. And Bosch can't be far behind. Rosenberg as well. They're all in foul trouble. Here's Lonsway. She drives. Rhodes shuts her off. Pass to Bardsley. Near side elbow. Top of the key to Fessler. Back to Bardsley. Back to Fessler. She'll try a top of key 3, and it's no good. Good rebound by Bosch. Zoe's going to dribble out of trouble. Weaves her way through all the Evanston defenders until Bardsley or Fessler takes it away. Emmy Fessler on the break. Up and in. Fessler with the steal and the bucket. I like Zoe's aggressiveness, but you can't. I mean, she beat 4 of the 5 Red Devils, but not the 5th.
Yes, and that's what Jackson needs. They need that urgency if they want to try and chip away in this lead. And it is frustrating, long defensive possessions as Evanston's taking their time. And it's hard to pressure without fouling because the foul trouble.
Yeah.
We just lost Lucy Webb, and now, like you said, Bosch and Grayson Rosenberg might not be far behind if they try and get a stop, try to set that tone to get a stop, but that's a problem. Then they'll be taken right out.
Yeah, the lead allows Evanston the luxury of just passing it around, but the Bronx don't have the luxury of being able to reach in and get a foul and try to stop it by playing aggressive defense. They just don't have the bodies. They're going to run out of players. It's tough to get back in. 33-20. It was a lot better when it was close. But a 13-point Evanston lead. We're getting the Olay chant out of the student section over there in the Red Devil land. It'll be Jackson basketball down 33-20. 4th quarter here in Red Devil country, and it's come alive in the gym as the boys will be up next in a few minutes. Here's Bosch playing on thin ice. Her pass picked off by Lonsway. My goodness. Her stats for steals after this one going to be blown up. Emma Lonsway, so calm for a sophomore as Bosch tries to get her. And there's the travel. They didn't force a travel on Lonsway. Burcham and Bosch cut off the ball and forced the turnover. So with 4:54 to go, Jackson ball
And Jackson's got to start going. They got to start trying to take some more shots, take some more threes to get back in this game.
Yep, you got to put it up. You got to huck it here. Rosenberg's pass, that's picked off. Barker saw it. Cassie with the steal. Cassie pulls up the dribble and gets it to Lonsway, and Lonsway will just dribble out here with no shot clock. She is not in a hurry to do much. Bardsley with it now. Rhodes watches her. Top of the key, Fessler, or Barker rather. Cassie to Lonsway. Lonsway inside to Simmons. Her turnaround pop shot, no good. Burcham with a rebound. Good job by the Lady Bronx. Tight defense. And the defensive board. Bosch with it now. Watched by Lonsway. Zoe backdoor cut by two players, and it's Rhodes now with the ball, and that's a little height mismatch as Barker comes out to play her. Long arms on Cassie. Burcham, baseline drive on Fessler, turnaround, reverse layup, no good. She did manage that board underneath. That was a good-looking shot, just she couldn't hit the window. You didn't get enough glass, and the ball went all the way through. Lonsway with it now. Bosch on her. Those two have seen a lot of each other. Pass inside, wide open. Too easy. As Kieran Simmons converts 35-20. Bosch pass up ahead to Mads Holland. Holland blows by Simmons on her way to the rack. Good, and the foul. There's that urgency, Mac. It just got to get shots.
And for Mads Holland specifically, she's got to take it to the basketball too as well.
Yep, she is.
She's a great scorer inside.
She's heaving at the line. She's a little worn out. Anna Lee West checks in, and Ryan Debenham checks in. And the Lady Devils just can keep bringing fresh troops. Holland to the line where she's been, I don't even have numbers on her, not many. That's off the mark, no good. And Evanston basketball, 3:28 to go, 35-22.
Jackson's got 6 players on the court.
Uh-oh. Yes, they
There
do.
we go.
And Hollins comes off. Too many men on the ice. Lonsway working on Bosch. Bounce pass to Cook. Violet Cook, the freshman, to open. He's going to pick her up. She goes all the way to the rack and then pulls back. Fessler to Cook. Back to Lonsway. Lonsway serving. If somebody were to slip open, she'll find that somebody. But meanwhile, pass inside to Anna Lee West. She has good hands. Bobbled it from Minna, but strong hands. Pulled it back in. Cook to Lonsway out here, way out between the circles. Now standing on the pitchfork is Cook. So that tells you nobody is going to take a shot anytime soon. Bosch closely guarding Lonsway. Baseline drive. Kicks it out to Cook. Violet back out to Emmy Fessler. And finally, a timeout by Coach Parker. He likes what he sees, which is a lot of passing. 35-22. Evanston will take the break with him. KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local while staying at the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, or 49er Inn and Suites. With the best entertainment, dining, shopping, bars, and brews all in walking distance, you'll never want to leave. Call 1-800-4-TETONS or find them on the web at townsquareinns.com.
Bronx, Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Looking more and more like it's going to be the Red Devils to get that dub today. The first win of the season up for grabs for both these teams, and Evanston trying to seize it now in their home court. I keep forgetting to do a replay, Mac. I think one big one is coming for Jackson. I'm going to be ready to get it.
All right.
We've just had a couple. You got to pay more attention.
I know. The girls, both teams have done some real good things. They've been sloppy at times, as you would expect from two teams that are bottom feeders in the conference right now. But both teams, I mean, they're playing for bright futures next year, the year after. Both these teams are going to be much, 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 much better. I would put the 4A West on notice. These two programs are in the rebuild and looking good. Here's Lonsway working on Bosch, and even with the fouls, Bosch is hassling her. Couple of new bodies in Furmanek for Jackson. They also got Block out there, Hayden Block. Here's Lonsway driving on Bosch, and again, Zoe's glued to her. And yes, she picks up the foul that's going to earn her a seat with 2:21 to go. It'll also send Lonsway to the line, where maybe the only thing Emma doesn't do well is this, the 15-foot uncontested shot. Harley Rommel checks in for the Bronx. So it's Rommel, Firmicek, Hierro, Rhodes, and Block for Jackson. And Lonsway proves me wrong, just taking over this game. How many points for her, Kimmy K?
Oh, man, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Too many to count?
14.
Wow. Lonsway's second won't go. Rommel with a rebound. Harley dishes to Rhodes across the line. Evanston backs off pressure here with the game in hand. Here's Harley Rommel with her dribble. Kick out to Rhodes. She tries a baseline three, no good. Hierro with a rebound, finds Block open. Block working on Cook, out to Hierro. Melanie, kick out to Rommel. We know Rommel will shoot if you give her a second. Rommel to Block. Hayden has got Rhodes open on the backside, but she was too worried about Cook swiping at the ball. Now the pass to Rommel. Harley trying to get a move on Debenham. Can't shake loose, and it's Hierro back to Rommel. She'll go ahead and launch it, and that's too short. Saved by Rhodes momentarily, but right to Cook. And Evanston comes up court.
Jackson's getting the shots they want. Unfortunately, they're starting to not drop.
Yeah, starting to not fall. It took too long to get that one, and then when you got it, it didn't go. Fessler with Hierro guarding her. Cook, and there's the intentional foul and no call, as Rhodes did everything she
She's
could
not in trouble, I guess,
to create violence on Violet, but it didn't work. Here's Lonsway, shake and bake on Block, but can't get loose of her. Emmy Fessler, clock down to an even minute here, and Hierro finally pesters Fessler enough to draw the foul, but that's, that does put Evanston to the line in the bonus. Just one foul on the Lady Red Devils this quarter. I'm not saying anything.
Nope, I'm not.
We are in Uintah County. Little home cooking, maybe. We'll take a break with them. It's a long one. With the score, Evanston 36, Jackson 22. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95, the Jackson Hole Radio.
Jackson Lumber, the board store, Jackson's oldest business and only true lumber yard in town. Jackson Lumber's hardware people are the best in the business, and they do it right the first time. Jackson Lumber works with people who make a living building, so the tools they sell are definitely the best hand tools and power tools available, with names like Vestool, Milwaukee, Makita, Skillsaw, Senco, Fine, and DeWalt. Jackson Lumber, the board store at 130 South Gromont. Call 733-6000, 733-6000.
Here's your voice of the Jackson Bronx, Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Girls game, fourth quarter, down to the waning moments. 63 seconds left. Jackson trail Evanston 36-22. The Red Devils on their way to the first win of the year. We'll see. To the line is Fessler. Emmy's got that. 37-22. A lot of positives, though, for both teams and for the Lady Bronx. Mac, you and I and Kimmy will talk about what the girls have done right this afternoon they can build on. As Rommel pulls down the miss on the free throw. Harley Rommel with it. Under a minute to go. Jackson ball. Burcham. Allison Burcham shut down by Barker. Herrero goes to the line. Somebody's got to go strong to the racket. It was Melanie. You talk about her game. As we think about an MVP, Melanie has shown a lot of hustle.
Yes, she's attacking everything on defense and offensively. It's been great to see. I really like that drive. I feel like she's got to do it more often, even though she may not have the height advantage.
Yes.
She can draw the fouls.
She can draw the foul. She's shifty. She doesn't have the height to get in there when she gets in there, but so many times you're right. What you're looking for is getting to the line, where Herrero is 1 for 4 of the season now, 1 for 5. She missed the first. 48.5 seconds. Melanie eyes the second and can't get it. Rebound is Barker, and she traveled as she goes to the floor. Cassie Barker, younger sister of Stacia Barker, who for so many years dominated this floor with her height. And Cassie is a freshman, already 5'10", leads this team with boards, 3.7 a game. Haven't called her a lot, and she comes out. Coach Barker has played everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Lonsway has come off rarely, but everybody else has seen a lot of action. Hayden Block, wide open road. She'll try it. Long two, I think, and no good. Rebound, though, is Mads Holland. Mads tracks it down. Looks for a cutting block, and now she's going to go to Rommel. Rommel will try the three. That rattles in and out, and she had a good look. Right play, just can't get it. Evanston ball. Mads Holland's watching Madison Brown. Kicks it over to Morrison. Morrison, I thought she got fouled by Burcham. Is that what happened?
Yep, that's Burcham's third.
But I like Allison's game. Love to see more of her. She's a basketball player.
Yes, she
makes some moves.
She's very confident to shoot the ball, which I really like.
Third foul on Burcham, and to the line is, who is that?
Rayleigh Morrison.
Number 3. She gets the first. 18 seconds. It's 38-22. Evanston as they're opening up the lead. Score's going to look worse than it is the way this game has gone. Here's Hayden Block with it across the line. She's needs some help. Everybody's behind her. Now Rommel gets it. Over to Burcham. Burcham puts a move on her mark, and now a long three from Hayden Block. Just missed, and again, the right idea, and it is a final. And let me see, just for the heck of it, if I did the replay right, as I think I have the Hayden Block shot that didn't quite go, as we get our instant replay. That's Block just letting it fire, as I was a little late on it. But yeah, this one a final. We'll be back to wrap it up and get the boys teed up for you. The score, Evanston 38, Jackson 22. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 on the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
He runs across, goes to the red part of the section. Black team has it. White team is not playing people down like they did before. Oh, it looks like they're lining up to do something. And shoots, and boom goes the dynamite. Oh, he's gonna get more than one shot. Oh, shooting again. And the dynamite does not go boom that time.
Play-by-play is hard. So is Jackson Hole Real Estate. Get a pro. McPeak Group proudly supporting the Bronx on their march toward a state championship.
High Country Linen Service has grown with its state-of-the-art facility to be the premier rental service for linens, uniforms, and entry mats. High Country Linen also provides wholesale janitorial supplies, paper products, and earth-friendly cleaning supplies to Jackson Hole, Teton Valley, and beyond. Call 733-2638 or come see us at 355 North Glenwood. On the web at highcountrylinen.com.
Doggone it, back. We got close.
Yes, this was the lowest margin, like, between two different teams.
Yeah.
For the girls, for the Lady Bronx, only losing by 16 points. It was right there till the very end.
Yeah, it was the fourth quarter. I mean, through three, this one was much closer. Girls were right there, but foul trouble and the fact that Evanston can run 10 at you against your 5, it's really difficult. I'm excited for both these teams in 2025, 26. They're going to be dangerous.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm excited just for the game that's going to be in Jackson with Senior Day.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be a fun game.
That
Evanston
is.
comes to Jackson, and maybe then we'll see a different winner.
Like Like, I have to say, that was good up in the fourth quarter. I mean, that outscored us by 10 in the fourth.
All right, what do you got for point total? Start with these Lady Red Devils. I mean, Lonsway, come on, Emma, you're killing us.
Yeah,
Woo.
Emma.
What a game.
Top scorer with 14.
Okay.
Behind her was Emmy Fessler with 6. Braylon Morrison, Anna Lee West, and Kieran Simmons each had 4. Then we had Maddie Brown with 2, JC Bardsley with 2, and Cassie Barker with 2.
Just so many options. That's what stands out. I would love to coach this team because you just tap somebody and you can't make a wrong decision as a coach. Like you. Oh, man. We got so many good players. And Lonsway just really makes it all go.
And to know their top scorers are sophomores, so they've got a couple more years to go.
Scary good. For the Lady Bronx, really good game out of our Bronx. This is a team that has been scoring single digits all last year to start this year in tournament. Suddenly now double digit, 22 points. That's nothing to scoff at. I like it. Who led us?
Actually, Zoe and Allison both had 7 each. Matt's Holland next with 5, and then Lucy had 3. Which is low for Lucy, but
she just had to play such a cautious game. So did Zoe. It really got them out of their game. Mac, find me an all-star on this Lady Devils team.
Lady Devils, it's got to be Emma Lonsway. Leading the game with scoring with 14 points, getting all the steals, just being active, being everywhere, forcing a lot of turnovers for the Bronx.
Emma, I hope you forget to set your alarm and miss the bus on your trip to Jackson. I don't want to see 2 again. How about for our Lady Bronx, who had a game that you really liked?
I did. Melanie's game was really great. She was attacking, really had to step up a big role for the foul trouble with Bosch and Webb. Played a lot of minutes, even though maybe not the first scoring option was great. Just attacking both defensively and offensively. Really like the aggressiveness.
Okay. Kimmy K? Anybody on the
I mean, I agree
Jackson
a little bit.
girls?
I might put Allison in there, too. She had a really good game
Allison.
and scored the points. And,
Allison, I want more out of you because I know there's more there. And Grayson Rosenberg, I want you to shoot more.
Yeah, I want to see Grayson shoot.
She had a tough game down low. That's what you draw. That's your assignment when you're the big for your team. When you're the girl with length, you're going to have a battle all game long. And you saw it get to Grayson where she had some fouls there where it was aggressive, which I don't mind that. Be aggressive offensively, though, Grayson. Shoot more. I like Melanie Harrell's hustle. She's an unsung hero tonight. Got a lot of court time because of the backcourt being in foul trouble. So, yeah, Melanie, I'll give her the gold star, the MVP, whatever we want to call it. We'll give her the Big O Tire Award. We don't talk about Big O enough. You get a Big O tire. If you earn 3 more, you'll actually be able to drive down the road, I think.
Nice.
We'll come back and we'll reset. Boys next should be exciting. Don't go anywhere. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
High Country Linen Service has grown with its state-of-the-art facility to be the premier rental service for linens, uniforms, and entry mats. High Country Linen also provides wholesale janitorial supplies, paper products, and earth-friendly cleaning supplies to Jackson Hole, Teton Valley, and beyond. Call 733-2638 or come see us at 355 North Glenwood. On the web at highcountrylinen.com.
They say the best offense is a good defense. This theory applies on Wyoming's roads and highways just as much as it does on the basketball court. Always know road conditions before you head out. Visit wyoroad.info, download WYDOT's 511 app, or call 511 for current conditions. Buckle up every trip, every time, and put away distractions, especially your phone, so you're better prepared for the unexpected. Finally, never drink and drive, not even a little, because buzz driving is drunk driving. This message brought to you by WYDOT.
Courtside here in Evanston, and we gotta go real quick here as the boys get set to get at it. Coach Matt Elliott's team coming in with an overall record of 3-8, 1-1 in conference. Big conference dub up for grabs. And for Coach Rob Watsabon, his 4th year on the other side, these Red Devils are 8-5, 1-0 in conference. And tough to play here, Mac. I don't know. What do you see? Who has an advantage tonight, this afternoon?
I think both teams have the advantage. I don't know who's going to come out on top. I think it's going to be a very good game. Evanston in the past, Evanston is really good at home. Jackson has won 4 out of the last 5 matchups against the Evanston Red Devils, but that one loss last year was here in Evanston, and they played with heart, and they still play with heart, and they always will play with their heart.
Yeah. They play in a way that you throw away the numbers when you get here. You say, I don't care if Evanston's 10-0 or 0-10, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, the numbers favor the Jackson Bronx in some categories. Evanston scores a little more. They play better defense. Number two defensive team in 4A. Jackson shoots a little better from distance, what I find hard to believe, slightly better, but neither team really shoots at lights out. They both come with a gritty kind of a game. We'll let the boys introduce themselves. Brought to you by Young Life of Jackson Hole, where they're all about teenagers.
Seth Brunner, senior. Harrison Ward, senior. Van Baltus, junior. AJ Fowler, senior. Owen Connors, senior. Aaron Larson, junior.
Andrew Hanna, senior.
Jack Berzay, junior.
Mason Portrait, senior.
Gavin Keelan, senior. Todd Anzane, senior. Jesse Larson, junior. Palmer Wetzel, junior. Connor Scott, sophomore.
Back to the action. My keys to the game. Number 1 is quiet the noise. This place is rocking. It always is. Mac, how do you get the home crowd out of your mind when you're the visitors? Can you?
I don't know. I thought, well, based off my prior experience, I just tuned it out, just ignored what they said, ignored what a fan would say, ignored what anyone would say. The noise just wouldn't exist. I just don't think about it.
I love it. Hopefully the Jackson Bronx could do the same. Exploit your size is my other one. You got Andrew Hanna. I know Keelan's not in there, but you got Hanna, and there's nobody from Evanston to match us up. Cohen Morrow will likely be on him if they go man. Morrow is 6'2", plays physical, but he's not as big as Andrew Hanna. And finally, the 3-ball fall. I mean, you have got to get 3-ball looks. Have to against this team. Whichever team gets shooting from outside, from deep, I think is going to win this game.
Yes.
Starting lineup for the Bronx. Who's out there, Mac?
It's going to be Seb Brunner, the point guard. I think he's averaging around 13 points per game. Then you got Palmer Wetzel making the start because of Gavin Keelan not here. And Wetzel, great rebounder, great passer, great all-around player. You also got Andrew Hanna, the All-State player. Mason Borchardt, who's coming off of 28 points in Teton. And AJ Fowler, the sharpshooter.
All right. For the Evanston Red Devils, he's 6'4", he's their tallest guy, but he plays outside like Keelan. Does not like to be down low. Clayton Cook, the 6'1" junior, leading scorer on the team with 8.5 a game. He did not have a great game against Star Valley Thursday.
They have him down to 6'6", by the way.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, Clayton Cook.
Jay Hill, the junior, averages 5.5. He's their good shooter. He also did not have a great game the other night. So I don't know, do these guys rebound? We'll see. Kai Barker, the 6'4" senior.
And this is his 3rd year of varsity experience. He's been playing varsity since he was a sophomore.
He has.
Yeah.
Barkers, I mean, there's Barkers galore. Cousins and brothers, and yeah, Kai's been at it a while. And Luke Robinette, who is also can stroke it from deep. If these guys come out shooting hot and this building starts lifting the roof, Jackson's in trouble. They got to come out fast and keep things quiet. Jackson in their road blacks trimmed in gray and orange. They'll move right to left on your YouTube dial. In their home whites trimmed in red as Evanston. Jackson wins the tap. Palmer Wetzel with a basketball. Palmer inside a hand on the pivot. Didn't find the pivot pass, though. Finally fouled it, and good give and go to Hannah. AJ proving he can do more than just shoot threes. That's a beautiful dish to Hannah, who finished 2-0 Jackson.
And if Hannah can get going early with the finishing around the rim, that is going to be huge for the Bronx.
Huge. They got to have a big game out of their big man. Pass inside. Hannah reached in, almost stole it away from Clayton Cook. Pass out to Robinette, and he didn't want it. He thought a Bronx touched it, but they're going to say no, out of bounds. Jackson ball on the turnover. Good start for the Bronx so far. They're up 2-0. As Brunner triggers into Palmer Wetzel, he'll share the backcourt load with Seb. We talked to Coach Elliott talking about how they want the ball out of Seb's hands so he can do some slashing. We'll see. Hannah. Oh, he wanted, I don't know who. Brunner ran away. AJ was going the other way, and Hannah's pass goes out of bounds. Seb is calming Hannah down, though, saying it's okay. We'll get it back. 2 unforced errors by two teams, maybe feeling a little jittery early on here as Hill hands off to Kai Barker. Riker Lynn. That's poked away and out of bounds. Borchert.
And Evanston loves running that post play to try and get the post player the ball with screens down low.
Out to Jay Hill. Jay Hill can fire it from outside. He was not feeling it Thursday against Star Valley. A little tentative as he works it over to Riker Lind. Lind, one of their top scorers, averages 8 a game. That shot good. That was Kai Barker from outside. And it's 3-2. Evanston retakes the lead. Seb Brunner between the legs now. Triggers to Mason Borchert in the near elbow. Strong defense here from Evanston, not giving Jackson a whole lot. Brunner gets a screen. He'll take it. Big three. Ooh. Rattles in and out. Fall over the rebound. Kicks it back out to Seb. He'll try it again. Got it this time. Seb Brunner makes it 5-3.
And that's why offensive rebounds are so critical in basketball games, because they create extra possessions and therefore extra points like the Bronx there.
And Mac, how important when you're the guy who missed and you get the ball right back in your hands and you take the same shot. Do you feel like you have it dialed in this time after having just taken one?
Yes.
Ooh, good block.
And especially for Seb Brunner, he's not going to miss 2 in a row very often.
True. Jackson with the ball now, and they have the lead 5-3. Seb pulls up the dribble. Now he's got to kick it out top of the key to Wetzel Palmer. He's got Jay Hill on him. Gets it to A.J. Fowler. Fowler working on Luke Robinette. Now Mason Borchert. He's been quiet. Pop shot, 15-footer. No good. Rebound goes to Jay Hill, pushing the pace, but Evanston doesn't have numbers. And they'll kick it back outside to Clayton Cook. Cook looking inside for Kai Barker, and he got him. Pass got away for a minute, but Barker tracked it down. Tied at 5 with 5 to go. Fives are wild right now in the first. Just underway, and a good start, good pace, good energy. Wetzel wide open. Brunner baseline 3, spins it, no good, but Hannah with a rebound. Out to Palmer Wetzel. He resets inside of Brunner. That's a strange place for him to be. Dishes to Hannah, back outside of Borchert. Good ball movement here for Jackson. And now the pass to Wetzel almost got away. Pass to Borchert does get away. Kai Barker with a steal. Baseline drive. Tried to draw the foul, but there was nothing there. Borchert said no way. And no call. Good no call there, I think.
Yeah, very good stop by Borchert. And that could have been a makeup call, because it did look like that Kai Barker stepped out of bounds on that far sideline.
Ooh, Mac, you got like the laser eye vision. Seb Brunner with it, tied at 5, 4.5 to go in the opening frame. Jay Hill watching Brunner. Seb inside to Hannah. Look out, double team. He's off balance, and nice. he got saved. I think Hannah was legitimately trying to pass it to Borchert, but he got the next best thing And he bounced it off a Red Devil. Change here. Hill comes out. Jordan Mendez in. Mendez is a little bit of a spark plug. He doesn't score a bunch, but he brings a ton of energy. Hannah hands off to Fowler. AJ likes the look. Fires it. No good. Rebound, and Borchert collides heavily with Cohen Morrow, who goes out. Morrow, I tell you, he was a punching bag Thursday. And he is down on the court again. He's a load, too. He's a big guy, football linebacker. So he loves the contact, but...
Yes, he draws a lot of charges, which is what Jackson's got to be careful about.
Yes, he sets his feet, and he doesn't mind taking a shot. Riker Lind with it now. Bounce pass into Mendez. Lost the handle. Borchert, no, still loose. And scooped up by Cohen Morrow, who puts it up and in and gets the foul. And who's it on? As Morrow scooped up the loose change, went right to the... I can't believe he got that to go.
So that's going to be the guilty party on that one. And Morrow generally has not been a great free throw shooter. We'll see if he makes this one.
Brunner, his first foul. Morrow does hit it, and it's 8-5. And pressure here from Evanston as they come out full court, trying to feed on the energy here as Fowler in a little bit of trouble. Up ahead to Wetzel, to a wide open Kane. He'll try the three. That's no good. Rebound coming from outer space is Palmer Wetzel, and he draws a foul. Riker Lind was over the back of him. I believe it'll be him.
And Jackson matching that effort from Evanston, really crashing the offensive glass, and therefore 2 free throws for Palmer Wetzel.
Oh, that rebound is up in the air. Bodies are going to the rack, and Wetzel misses that one. It was Lind on the foul, his first personal, team first. Jackson has 2 team fouls in the game now. Kai Barker, the other Barker for Evanston.
And Barker's got 5 of Evanston's 8.
Wetzel can't convert either of them, so nothing hurt if you're the Red Devils. 8-5, they lead it. They have the ball. Drew Barker, the senior, cross court to Mendez. Back to Drew Barker. Drew, top of the key, pulls up his dribble. Now needs help from Mendez. Mendez watched by AJ. Pass inside, back kick out. That's not a good pass. Out of bounds. Jackson ball, I believe, is Kai Barker threw that to nobody. And it'll be Bronx ball, although...
no, they're saying white ball.
Oh, somebody talked somebody into something.
Morrow won the argument there.
Okay. Morrow will inbounds right in front of the Jackson bench. Cohen triggers into Drew Barker. Drew cross court to Mendez. Not always a threat to shoot. He's a good ball distributor, but he doesn't often shoot. Look out. Morrow saves it. Can't save it. Cohen with some good hustle, but that ball got away out of bounds. Jackson ball. A 3 ties it. You're down 8-5 with 3:07 to go in the first. Palmer Wetzel been doing a lot of guard duty here as he's trying to give Seb a break from having to always dribble the ball up court. Wetzel at that pivot to Hannah with a nice one-touch pass to Kana, but they have got to make it convert. They don't. Kana misses his shot, and Mendez with a rebound. Brings it up, gets a screen, walks at top of the key. Baseline pass. Nice distribution from Drew Barker inside. He wanted, I believe, Morrow, and that's another Jackson foul.
I believe that's on Seb.
And that's going to be second for Seb. And Ty Van Zanten coming into the game. His second appearance of the season here, coming in for Owen Kahana.
If you joined us late, Gavin Keelan not available to Coach Elliott, so seeing some faces. Van Zanten seeing a lot of Wetzel. Here's Cohen Morrow working on Ty Van Zanten, and there's just nothing there. Good defense. And now a foul on Morrow, I believe, as he tried to drive on 2 Bronx players. There just wasn't anything there, and I thought maybe he'd get the foul, or he thought he would, but he didn't.
He also did get away with a trial taking 4 steps in the paint.
Yeah, he did seem like he was strolling around. zone.
Actually, they called that on Clayton Cook.
Yes, they did. Cook's first. Morrow will come out and sit anyway. Wetzel working on Luke Robinette. He's across the line. Palmer, nice pass to Seb, cutting baseline. He dishes to Ty. The shot was there, but Van Zanten passed anyway. Top of the key, Wetzel, no. Fails to draw iron out of bounds, and the Red Devil fans letting them hear it. 8-5, we've been stuck on that for a while. 2:18 to go in the first. Evanston basketball. Drew Barker, the assist leader on this team, to Mendez. Mendez with the dual colored kicks to Robinette. Now, all of them have different colored sneakers except for a couple of players. Long three, Robinette can't get it. He's not feeling it yet. Van Zanten with the board. Jackson still with it up. They got to take advantage of Evanston being a little cold shooting here. Seb wants Ty Van Zanten. Van Zanten now near side. Wetzel inside. Hannah took a lot of steps. Turnaround shot, good. Andrew Hannah with a left hand.
And Hannah's connecting early.
That's a good sign. He had cold starts to the season and to almost every game, but good to see him feeling it early inside. There really isn't an answer for Andrew if Jackson wants to pound it in. Clayton Cook with it now. Cook over to Bronx, gets it, and the foul. And I believe that'll be on Barazay.
And Jack was just a step too late, and Cook took advantage of it. And a great move by Clayton Cook.
Cook makes it 10-7, a chance for the old-fashioned three. As Evanston changes out the backcourt, in comes Riker Lind and Jay Hill. 46% free throw shooter is Cook, and he can't get it. Barazay with a rebound for Jackson. Down to 1:08. Seb Brunner slashes. What a dish to Hannah. Woo, baby. And I'll see if I can get that on the replay. It's 10-9. Jay Hill thought about it, gets it to Luke Robinette. Robinette kick out. Here's Hill, long three, good. Jay Hill hits it, it's 13-9. Seth Brunner, he'll try a drive of his own, shot no good, rebound. Riker Lind and a foul coming up. Let's see what I got for a replay. I think I waited too long. I'm hoping this is, no. That's the play that, the dish to Hannah. Oh, I did get it. All right. I'm just learning replay, so don't be hard on me. 35 seconds, it's 13-9. Jackson trail. You cannot let these Red Devils get too far out of sight in this gym. It's only 4 with a chance to make it 5 for Riker Lind, and he's got it. 14-9. Barazay comes out, Fowler in as Coach Elliott wants a big 3 here late. Try to spur the team on. Lind on the back end, the 6'4" junior can't get that to go. The rebound bounces around into the hands of Seb Brunner. Seb brings it up. With 25 seconds, Seb, he'll try a long 3 from the top. Good! Seb Brunner buries it. And it's 14-12 now. Jackson within 2. Robinette has it, or sorry, that's Lind. And Hannah came out to deny him. What a big block, but it's out of bounds off Andrews. So Evanston ball with 17 seconds.
And a great block by Andrew Hannah. He's just got to be careful to jump because now Lynn has learned that Hannah's going to jump, and he gets the 2.
Riker Lind with a nice baseline drive. Jackson down, last shot. 4 seconds, 3. Brunner is double team, gets it to Fowler. That's his 3. No, at the buzzer can't get it. Right idea, but AJ not yet feeling it. So that's how the first quarter ends with the score Evanston 16, Jackson 12. Coming right back with a second. You're enjoying Bronx basketball at KZ95, the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local. Recently renovated, the 49er boasts a new lobby, extended continental breakfast, indoor swimming pool, fitness facility, and 12-person outdoor hot tub. Located on Pearl Street, the 49er is just 3 short blocks from Jackson's greatest bars and restaurants, where you'll find your home away from home. Enjoy your time in Jackson as part of the Town Square Inns and stay at the 49er Inn and Suites.
Play-by-play coverage of Jackson Bronx sports continues with Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Jackson came out really good, Mac, feeling it, but then slowly Evanston turning the tide. I don't know.
Well, Jackson offensively is getting good looks. They're getting good threes. Seb hit a couple, and Andrews got 6 of their 12. So they got to keep feeding Hannah, got to keep shooting threes, and the threes will come, and the offense will do it for the Bronx, but their defense has got to get a little bit stronger. Evanston has 16 points to Jackson's 12.
Mason Borchard, who took over the game against Teton, has been held off the board, I believe. I don't think he scored at all.
He has not.
Cross-court pass to an open Lind, and he dishes to Hill. Back to Lind, top of the key. Robinette puts a stutter step on, and Jackson doing a good job quickly getting out to the ball. Here's a 3 from Barker. He's got it. Kai Barker, and boy, when Evanston's hitting from outside, you're in trouble. You have to answer. We'll see if Seb can do it as he works it to Mason Borchard. Borchard tries to get around his man, Kai Barker. Hands off to Brunner. Seb gets around Hill, drives to the rack. His shot no good off the back iron. Rebound Barker. Evanston ball. Good idea by Seb to slash to the rim. Just couldn't get it to fall. And the finish not there for Jackson. It's been the story this season. Cross-court pass to an open Riker Lynn. Kick out now. Top of the key, Hill. He heaves one way over it. Evanston's going to get in trouble with these long passes sooner or later. Is Robinette. Drives baseline kick. All the way out, top of the key, Hill. Rattles in and out. Jay was close. Couldn't get it. Seb with the rebound.
And that's a big break for the Bronx with that rolling right out.
Yeah, good ball movement. They got the open look, and Hill just could not get it out of bounds off Hannah. Hannah bumped hard with Luke, and he was looking for either a call or he thought maybe it was off Robinette. Good job by Luke Robinette, though, to deny the ball, Hannah. That was what happened last year a lot when it became obvious Jackson wanted to feed the beast. You saw opponents just deny Hannah the pass. That's the best way to defend him, is don't let him have the ball. There's a baseline 3, and finally one doesn't go for the Red Devils. Hannah tips the rebound right to Morrow. And Cohen Morrow with the assist from Hannah puts it up and in, and Evanston trying to pull away here, 21-12. Connie gets it to Brunner. Brunner makes a move on Hill, spin in the lane, now feeds Hannah. Hannah double teamed. Going to try it anyway over Morrow, and he got it. And I think Jackson has to do that. Morrow is game, but he's 6'2".
Yes, and Hannah just was able to score right over him.
Yeah.
Making it look easy.
I think you can do that. Nothing against Cohen Morrow. He's tough. He's going to body you, but he doesn't, when he reaches up his arm, it's just, you can shoot over him if you're Andrew Hannah. You have to. 21-14, another football score. Jackson down 7 with about halfway through the second. And one of our keys to the game, keep the building quiet, is starting to get away from us right now. They are rocking here in Evanston. The band is leaving. That's a good sign. Go ahead, boy. That'll bring the noise level down a little bit. As both teams drawing up whiteboard stuff. Coach Watsabaugh in his 4th year as head coach of this boys team. He's a Jackson product.
He led the Bronx in rebounds back, I think, in 2006.
How did he defect to Uintah County? How did we let him get away? He's one of ours.
Well, he also went to the University of Wyoming for a little bit as well, and coached college.
Mendez with it now for the Red Devils. They lead 21-14. Works it to Riker Lynn, back to Drew Barker, to Mendez, feeds it inside, and Morrow took some steps there. He's going to get saved by the foul. Cohen Morrow was trying to lay one up and in at 6'2", and somebody got on his arm. It's Wetzel, his second, team first here in the second. Triggered in. There's a Barker with a three. That's too strong, but right on the back door. That's a case where the shot's just so bad. Your guys are there for the rebound. Cook puts it up and in.
And Hanna was also the one contesting it, so he couldn't be in the post to rebound it.
Good eye, Mac. Yeah, if Hanna's got to come out and play D, he was not there on the back end. Cook just put it up and in easily. Just over 5 to go. Nice dish, Hanna to Wetzel. Out to Seb Brunner. Step back three is good, and Seb rattles it home. 23-17.
His third three of the game, Jake. It's crazy.
Well, somebody has to do it. You need triples to stay with the Red Devils when they're shooting hot, and they are. Mendez with it. Fowler watching Riker Lynn, their top scorer. Here's Mendez now, top of the key to Barker. Drew Barker walks it over to Lind. Evanston very deliberate with an offense now. Pass inside, shot no good, and Cook found a lot of trouble getting that one off. I don't mind that foul. Clayton Cook can beat you up inside, leading scorer of the team. Don't let him have an easy one, but who did it?
Hanna.
Hanna's the guilty party.
His first. Cook to the line, 46% free throw shooter. Can't get this, and that works to Jackson's advantage. You just can't let Clayton run wild in the paint. As Kana checks out and Barazay's in. Jackson can get physical with Hanna, Barazay. Back end is made there by Cook. 24-17. Kai replaces Drew for the Red Devils. A little bit of pressure here from Evanston. Full court looking to trap. Fowler and Seb trying to get out of it. Look, finally they do. AJ gets it to Wetzel, to an open Barazay who goes the wrong way. Jack, you got to head to the hole there. Long three from Seb, no good. Rebound, Evanston. Cohen Morrow tracks it down. 7-point lead for the Devils. They have the ball. Mendez walks it to the top of the circle. And a long three won't go. Riker Lynn tried to body English it in, but a rebound up and in. Clayton Cook, and he is destroying the Bronx inside. Board and bucket, another one from Cook. Here's Hanna all by himself. Punches Morrow. That's going to be, well, you talked about it, Mac.
Yep.
Morrow will draw those charges. And that one was obvious. Hanna just put a shoulder into him.
And that's what Hanna's got to watch for. He's got to go with maybe like a little floater or a hook shot to avoid that charge. And that's going to be Hanna's second foul.
That's
which is
Andrews.
Not good for the Bronx.
His second, and that was a bit of frustration. Morrow will do that to you, and Cohen, as Mac pointed out, is more than happy to take that charge. Mendez floats one inside of Cook, triple teamed. That leaves somebody open, and that somebody is Riker Lind. And what do you do if you're Jackson?
They got to close out more as the zone. It's been great for trying to stop the interior scoring by Evanston, but then that leaves 3-point shots by the Red Devils, and they're starting to hit them.
Yeah, Barazay with it now to Seb Brunner. Seb triggers down here to in the near corner to Wetzel. Back out to Seb. Brunner works on Mendez, blows right by him, and tried to dish to Hanna, but Cohen Morrow saw it. Morrow floats the baseball pass. Up ahead to Lind. He's up and in, and Coach Elliott's got to call a timeout here as the Devils are running wild. Seth Brunner with it. Jackson trails 2:42 to go, 31-17. Fowler to Brunner. Brunner over the line. Coach Elliott wants him to play through it. Wetzel thought about handing it to Barazay, but gets it to Fowler. AJ with Cohen Morrow on him. Top of the key, Brunner. He's too far out here to shoot. Now he tries to sneak in a little bit. Spin move in the lane. His shot. Oh, he did everything right, but couldn't finish. Morrow with a rebound. And Evanston slows the pace with the lead now as Red Devils want to put a kill shot in here early before the half ends. Morrow cross court to Lynn, back out to Mendez. He'll try a rare shot. Can't get it to go off the back of the arm, but Morrow with the rebound. Kick out, Lynn, baseline three. Good, Lynn. And now Coach Elliott's got to stop the bleeding. With 1:54 to go, 34-17. The Red Devils have doubled up on the Bronx, and they're feeling it here at home. We'll take the break with them. Come right back. KZ95, the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Great Northern Coffee. Jackson's own coffee roaster has been roasting and blending a wide selection of coffee since 1979. A warm fire, friendly faces, and a cup of Great Northern Coffee. Just the thing to kick off our Bronx and Cowboy teams. Try our Bronx Blend, a heavy, rich cup of coffee that will run you over like the Bronx football team. Great Northern Coffee, available at grocery stores and coffee shops around the state. Also available online at greatnortherncoffee.com.
Back to the action here at Evanston, and they are rocking it. Uintah County 34-17. The Red Devils lead the Bronx. Mac, it's looking like 23 all over again. It's been Brunner and Hannah, the only offense for Jackson. Where's Borchert been?
He has only gotten one shot, so the Bronx need to feed the ball to Borchert more. And the Bronx are just letting the Red Devils do whatever they want. The Red Devils are getting open looks, getting inside buckets with Clayton Cook and Kai Barker. They need to stop that right away to stop this big Evanston run that they're on.
A lot of weapons for Evanston. A lot of guys can get you, and it's been a lot of different names for the Red Devils. Coach Elliott identified that in the pregame. There's a long three from Borchert, and he's too short with it. Gets his own rebound and gets that one. So just right on cue, as we say, where's Mason been? He pops one in, 34-19 with 90 seconds left in the half. There's a shot from Drew Barker. Good. Drew hits it, the senior, and Evanston has the answer. Jackson ball, a little bit of pressure here as Brunner walks away from Barker on that far side. Brunner to Barazay. Jack Barazay with Cohen Morrow watching him cross court. Open as Wetzel puts a move on Robinette and now gets shut off on that baseline. Brunner at the far right elbow gets a screen from Barazay but does not use it. Gets it to Borchert, however. He's bumps with Barazay and bumps again with his man. Turnaround jumper, no good. Borchert working hard on Jay Hill. Refs letting him play. More over the rebound and Evanston basketball. Both these teams getting physical down the low, and the Zebras letting it happen. Hill over the line. And again, Evanston not in a big hurry here with 30 seconds left in the half. They have a big lead now as they're pulling away. Morrow, Barazay watching him. To Kai Barker. Long shot from Robinette. Can't put the dagger in it. Misses. Hannah with a rebound. Gives to Seb. 1-on-3. He'll try it. No. Kick out. Borchert. Baseline three. Good. Mason. He might have been stepping on the line. They give it to him. And Mason Borchert showing the Bronx have life. Down to 4 seconds. Barker drives the lane. Kick out. Long three. Robinette won't go at the buzzer, and that's how it ends. So Jackson with a little bit of a pushback. 36-22. Evanston leads. We'll go to the halftime break and come back with some stats and break it down for you. Mac's going to tell us how these Bronx are going to get back in it.
Yes, I will.
Bronx basketball on KZ95, the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
Hey, I'm Allie Lane from Jackson Hole Young Life. Do you remember what it's like to be a teenager? It can be really tough trying to navigate sports, academics, relationships with family and friends, not to mention the added stress of social media, phones, and screen time. Young Life believes that every teen deserves to know that they are loved and their story matters. Young Life leaders enter the world of teens, focusing on what matters to them: fun, adventure, friendship, and a sense of significance. If you love teenagers as much as we do, there's more info at our website, jacksonhole.younglife.org, to learn more.
Back at the half here at Evanston. I'm looking at some analytics for YouTube, and I don't like the internet speeds we're getting, but
no, it's a little slow on the iPad, by the way.
Tell you. All right, I think we're doing a little better. Let's keep the video on these girls. This is a state championship winning dance team, cheer team, one or the other.
Both.
They're really good.
They won both.
We'll keep an eye on them while we check out the stats. And first off, we'll tell you what happened, and then Mac's going to tell you what's got to happen if the Bronx can get back in this. Let's take a look at the scoring for the Red Devils. If I had to guess, they spread it around pretty good. What's it look like, Kimmy?
Yeah, there's 6 of them. Riker Lind has 11, Kai Barker 8, Clayton Cook 7, Cohen Morrow 5, Jay Hill 3, and Drew Barker 2.
A lot of dangerous guys over there wearing the red. How about for Jackson Bronx? It was a lot of Hannah and Brunner toting the load.
Pretty much. Subs got 9, Andrew Hanna has 8, and then Mason finally stepped up and he's got 5 there at the end.
Okay, Mac, we got to get you in the locker room. Coach Elliott, what do you change? What's got to be different?
Well, the Bronx were in the 1-2-2 zone. They experimented with it a little bit. They've been going back and forth, which one they think is more effective. And I think they should try and go in a man-to-man matchup for this second half just to see if that will limit the three-point shooting, because Jackson has the height advantage. If Andrew Hanna's guarding Clayton Cook or Kai Barker, he should be able to use his height to get stops defensively for the Bronx, which would be huge. And then Jackson's just got to get more board chart. They got to get more balance between scoring, as they've only had 3 scorers so far in this game.
Yeah, Jackson has to do what Evanston's been doing, and that's get scoring from other players, from a lot of different players. Good point, Mac, about the man-to-man and zone defenses. For those folks who are not X's and O's, you're not basketball wizards. Playing a zone defense kind of is a more relaxed style of defense, daring an offense to shoot, and to shoot usually from distance. And it works until that team starts making shots. You got to ramp up the intensity with some man on. I like that. Let's see what kind of matchups happen if you man up. Maybe you get some mismatches, especially with Andrew Hanna, the big man. But Jackson's got to get Mason Borcher going. They got to get some other guys going, and they got to forget about this noise and this scene. One of our keys to the game was quiet the building with a fast start. Jackson looked like they were going to do that, and now Evanston is kind of taking over the joint.
Yeah, I mean, fouls, if you have to go in that first half, Jackson has 7. The Red Devils have 1.
You don't like
I don't like that. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a big difference.
Yeah, but the good thing is fouls have not become an issue yet for Jackson. But yes, 7-1 in the foul category. You're looking at it like hockey, where you're like, are the officials calling it even, or are they calling it 7-1? But yeah,
it just goes to show that the Bronx need to be the aggressors. They need to keep putting it inside. I mean, go to Hanna. He has been very effective in this first half, and if they ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Keep giving it to Hanna if the opportunity presents itself.
Hanna is the kind of guy you can take over a game and want to see more of him. Seb has been the only guy who's been able to hit triples. A.J. Cold Mason hasn't really
Mason got
lit
one.
it up. He got one. Okay.
He got one. Subs got 3. Mason has 1.
All right. Yeah, we just need a whole lot more scoring. I mean, 22 at a half is not going to do it. And the trouble is, second halves have not been great for Jackson, especially third quarter. So they're going to have to flip the script and do something different in the final 16 minutes if they want to get back in this. A very important W, conference W, quadrant W, up for grabs. And it's a tough place to come and steal one, Evanston, but it's sure nice to get it.
Yes, Jackson is in a very similar situation to how they were against Green River. Green River had a 10-point lead at halftime, and that was the best third quarter of the season for the Bronx. So maybe the Bronx, when they're down, have the better mindset to try and score, have the urgency to come back and have a come-from-behind run, which we may see in this third quarter.
I forgot about that. You're right, Mac. Maybe being down at the half. I mean, being up, we know, Coach Elliott even said it, has been not great. Like, maybe you'd rather be down. I don't know if you'd ever want to be down, but yes, different mindset. Maybe they come out hyper-aggressive. We'll see, but they've got to do something different. They got to turn something around. Are these girls going to do another thing? We'll be quiet and let them do what they're doing. Hopefully you're watching us on YouTube. If you're on radio, KZ95, 95.3, then you're just not going to see a lot. But hopefully you're joining us on YouTube. And while you're there, please subscribe. Go to YouTube and go to the Jackson Hole Radio channel. And you'll see what we're seeing is the state championship cheer team doing their thing. Let's listen in, watch it. Oh, man. You know, Mac, I got to ask you, when you've gone to other gyms, you've played in our Jackson gym, are there, I mean, there's just, to me, there's other schools and other communities where they're just wilder about their sports than in Jackson. I don't see this in Jackson. I mean, yes. Evanston is known for this. They're crazy for their team. They're just, I don't know. It's a scene that I see in some other gyms. Kimmy, you pointed out Green River is a great place to play. And I'm not saying the Jackson fans aren't fans and the black hole doesn't turn out. Black hole's a real thing. But just overall, I see a community that comes out and wears red and gets after it for the Red Devils.
I mean, I got to throw in a little bit when you have bands. I do know
bands
when we were at Buffalo, and I'm going to say Green River and even Kelly Walsh, but I know that has to do with one person in particular. His name is Chad Rose, and he got stuff going. And that's, I mean, they've got bands too that are there playing. I don't know.
Yes, Star Valley is very similar with their school spirit. It's really up there.
School spirit,
Having the band come in on Saturday, that's something you don't see in Jackson. Almost a full crowd, relatively, on a Saturday.
Yeah.
You don't see that much in Jackson, unless it's a senior day.
Big crowd up. Yeah, it just...
I mean, do we have other activities to do in Jackson on a Saturday?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You know?
We got things going on. I know. I'm not trying to say anybody, Jackson doesn't do it enough or can't do it. I'm just pointing out that Evanston does it. And this reminds me, this is high school basketball.
Yes.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
This is high school basketball.
I mean, it's been a long time since I've been in high school back in Michigan, but that's what we had. I mean, we actually took extra buses sometimes with students to games. Like when we didn't play on Saturdays, we always played like Tuesdays and Thursdays. But literally on a shorter game or something, away games, we would take a bus full of the student body.
Yeah, I mean, we're just enjoying it here in Uintah County. Hopefully you are too. We don't like the score. We got to do something with that. But we're just soaking in the atmosphere. We're glad to bring it to you on YouTube at Jackson Hole Radio and KZ95. Coming right back with the exciting second half of this.
Hey, I'm Allie Lane from Jackson Hole Young Life. Do you remember what it's like to be a teenager? It can be really tough trying to navigate sports, academics, relationships with family and friends, not to mention the added stress of social media, phones, and screen time. Young Life believes that every teen deserves to know that they are loved and their story matters. Young Life leaders enter the world of teens, focusing on what matters to them: fun, adventure, friendship, and a sense of significance. If you love teenagers as much as we do, there's more info at our website, jacksonhole.younglife.org, to learn more.
Here's your voice of the Jackson Bronx, Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Back here, third quarter, just minutes away from getting the third quarter started. Mac Fairbairn is with us doing color. And Mac, you're just barely a year out of this program. You've been in this gym. I always wondered, what does it mean, if anything, about the teams that come out at the half, if you're in there a long time or if you're out real quick, back out on the floor? What does that mean?
I think it's better when you're in the locker room a longer time.
Okay.
It means the coach has a lot of coaching to do.
Yeah.
Lots of points to go over.
A lot of yelling and gnashing of teeth.
Maybe we'll wake up the team. It's also good to, I think, coming out right at 2 minutes is appropriate.
Yeah.
You get 8 minutes of discussing how to make game changes, but you also got to warm up and stay warm, which is also, I think, is important, because sometimes wasting the whole 10 minutes can be costly.
I've often wondered about, sometimes I see a team that goes into the locker room for like a minute, they're right back out. It makes me think the coach says, I don't even want to talk to you guys. You're playing so bad. I don't know what it means. Or maybe he says, there's nothing to say. Everything's going great. Get back out there. I always wondered if you could read anything into it.
I think so. I remember Shockley last year in Green River took the entire 10 minutes and they had to run the team out. Yeah.
36-22, Jackson Ball, they trail by 14. I got to get back in it. It won't be easy here in this building for sure. As Palmer Wetzel dishes to Hannah, coming out high, trying to play the inside-out game. And Brunner with a long three, rattles in and out. Rebound off Wetzel's hands, and to Mason Borcher, the putback, and he's got it. Mason, Johnny on the spot, just happened to be the right place. Put it back up and in, so good news for Jackson as they score first in the third. Jay Hill just goes right to the rim, ran by his man Fowler and makes good on it, 38-24. Wetzel to A.J. Fowler, top of the key, floats one to Hannah, too high over the top of him. Hannah was watched carefully by both Kai Barker and Clayton Cook. And that pass would have had to have been perfect to get it there, and it was too high. And right away, Coach Elliott has number 5 sit.
And AJ's got to be ready to shoot that ball. He was open for a split second.
I did see that. It's not easy. You're not going to get a long look, but if you get a sniff, you got to put it up. If you're a shooter, you got to shoot your shot. Jay Hill, he's a shooter to Luke Robinette. Robinette on Seth Brunner. He'll try it over the top of Seth. Got it. And boy, the one thing Jackson might have hoped is that Evanston would cool off. So far, not really. And the pass again in for Hannah. And Hannah tells Wetzel that's okay. But yeah, we talked about you got to see more of Andrew. But so far, the 2 passes to the big man have been too tall. 6:35 to go in the first, just underway. Jay Hill with Owen Kana watching him. Top of the key, Kai Barker. He'll try it good, and everything the Red Devils throwing up is going in.
And Kai Barker has 3 3-pointers. That's something we definitely did not see last year.
Yeah. Kai is not necessarily the guy who shoots from distance. He's 6'4". He lives a lot down on the block, but Kai Barker has been distance tonight. And a scramble for the ball. What happened there?
Jump ball.
Okay. Jay Hill with it for Evanston. No pressure here by Jackson. We thought we'd need to see more intensity, but they're not full court pressing. Jackson does not full court press very much, if at all. Good stutter move by Lind. He drives. That shot no good. Hannah with good defense. Battle for the rebound and a call on Barise. And it's now 8-1 on the call disadvantage. And to the line goes Kai Barker, 55% free throw shooter. Boy, Evanston just hitting their shots. That's been a big difference as Barker misses that one. 20-point game for the Red Devils, and Jackson just getting assaulted here on the road after a good start. It's been Evanston. Missed them both. Hannah with a rebound, and here comes Owen Kana. Kana waving traffic around as he works on Luke Robinette. Pass inside. That didn't get where it was supposed to go. Hill to Robinette. Robinette will wait for numbers. Around the perimeter. Inside. Stole it away. Kai Barker lost the handle. And the steal. Seb Brunner with it over the line. Luke Robinette pestering him. He'll try a long three. Top of the key. Good. And Seb has come alive. And you're looking for one good thing for the Bronx. And it's been Brunner's shooting from deep. He's feeling it. Jay Hill. Top of the key. Lind. There's Kai Barker with a left drive in the block, and Hannah with good defense contests it. Brunner with a rebound. Seb pushing the pace. He knows there's urgency here. You're down 20. Seb up and in. With the layup, nobody grabs Seb Brunner, and those are the two things Seb can do: hit triples and gash.
Oh,
and he did them both.
And Seb just blocked that one out. Man, he's on fire right now.
Oh boy, somebody had a half. You got a feeling Seb might have. Is Seb a talker in the halftime in the locker room or no?
Yes, from what I've heard, he holds everyone accountable, including himself, and he wants to win so badly. He's got 14 points, and he's coming like the Colin Sexton role, just playing super hard.
He's playing hard, yes. Barker with a drive, no good. Cohen, Morrow rebound, that won't go either, and Hannah has the board. And here comes Jackson, maybe 44-29. Brunner again from deep, just short. Rebound, good job boxing out by Cook. He had position on Hannah and comes down with the board. Cook averaging 6.2 rebounds a game. You saw why there. He had good position and got good vertical. Morrow, far side of Barker. Drew Barker works it to Robinette. Behind the back pass, too tricky for Drew Barker. A little too cute. And off Barker's hands, out of bounds. Jackson ball. Maybe something turning here as Jackson brings in one of the Larson duo.
Aaron Larson.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's Aaron.
Aaron's in the game.
Maybe a spark plug. Aaron with it now. Larson trying to get away from Barker, gives it back to Seth. Brunner blows by Mendez momentarily, and then Mendez picks it back up. Brunner looking for Hannah, and that's knocked out of bounds. That's off of Cook, I believe.
Yes. Cook did get a hand on that pass, and maybe a little break for the Bronx, but Hannah is getting thrown around in the paint.
Yeah, I mean, he's really attracted attention. Coach Watts about knows Hannah's the man. And right now, I just don't like Jackson trying to force it into 21. Evanston sees it. Borchert in, backdoor Seb Brunner. Nobody saw him.
That was a nice play.
Brunner right now is destroying the Red Devils, 44-31. But they need a whole lot more of Seb, and then maybe Borchert to wake up. Morrow and Lynn play pitch and catch. Lynn working on Brunner. Now out to Mendez. Mendez watched by Borchert. Mason keeps an eye on him. Bounce pass inside. Cook with Hannah. That's a good matchup. That's two good big guys. Morrow tried to get away from Bereзе, and I think Jack got handsy. He's got fouls to give, though. I think that's only his first or that's his second. 3:21 to go in the third. Jackson down big, but chewing into the lead. 44-31. Floater to Cook. Clayton over to Morrow. Morrow coming off injuries, seen a lot of floor time. He's playing a lot more than he did Thursday night against Star Valley. Bounce pass, Morrow, backdoor, and Morrow points right at Clayton Cook and says, thanks for that pass. That was beauty.
A fantastic cut by Morrow. Jackson caught sleeping. And now almost a turnover.
There's Hannah wide open underneath. And yeah, another forced pass to Hannah, but Jackson got away with it. As Seb Brunner corrected himself, stayed with it, fed Hannah again, and this time Andrew converts. Mendez, Borchert coming way out to meet him at the pitchfork logo. Mendez can't get away from Mason. Now to Cook. Cook, Hannah will come all the way out to play him. Oh, Morrow just right by Bereze. Jack just can't stay with him. Morrow zips by. Long three from Borchert, and he still can't find the range. Mendez with the rebound. Bereze and Morrow have seen each other on the gridiron, and Morrow got the better of him on the hardwood there. Evanston ball, 2:10 to go in the third. Jackson's played a better third quarter here, but it's Evanston just has not cooled off. Clayton Cook to Mendez. Jackson in that man. Borchert on Mendez. Bounce pass into Lind. Brunner's on him. And Lind can't get the shot. Good defense by Seb. Rebound Hannah up to Borchert. Now to Seb Brunner. Seb Brunner on Lind. He gives away a few inches, but a big block there. And it looked clean by Lind. Crowd loves it as Brunner hit the deck. And is there a call?
No.
Yeah,
that was all ball.
I thought it was all ball. Brunner's not chirping about it, so I think he thinks so too. He'll inbounds.
Ooh,
and a timeout. Hill's coming in, but now a timeout by one of the coaches.
And while Brunner's really good at that right-handed layup on the left side, sometimes he's got to go with the left hand because they're going to try and block it, and that's where he gets an and one if he goes up with his left.
Good point, Mac. He is really good with the opposite side layup, but he uses his right hand. He does not like to go to the left. Good point.
It does work when he does have the shorter defender, except not Braxton Lind, that's his older brother. Lind just is 6'4".
Yeah, when Jackson's manning up, and I like everybody. I like every matchup except maybe the Brunner-Lind matchup. Lind is a lot for anybody, but Lind is 6'4", and Brunner's 5'11" on a good day, and it's tough. Jackson's got a lot more to worry about than Manna. They've got to get points. They came out of the half with 22, so they put up 11 so far. It's 48-33, Jackson ball. Brunner inside of Hannah, double team. Going to try the reverse layup. And he did walk a bunch.
I mean, come on.
Hannah got from this side of the basket to the other side of the basket without dribbling. I wondered how he did that. So did the refs. Travel on Hannah. Evanston ball, a little bit of pressure from Jackson as Aaron Larson watches Drew Barker. Larson so quick, but now he gets screened off, and that's an up and down or something bad. Out of bounds. Drew Barker was out of control.
I think somebody's hand got a little spot of the ball when he tried to go up with that.
Down to 1:15 in the third. Jackson trails big, but trying to work their way back into this. Wetzel finds Brunner on the give and go on the baseline, but a whistle before that.
Fouls on Cohen Morrow.
Finally.
Cohen Morrow picks up the foul. That's team first and Morrow's first. Wetzel will inbounds. Fouls not an issue right now for either team. Here's Seb Brunner. Tries the left block. Kicks it out to Borchert. Mason. He'll try a pop shot. No good. Rebound Wetzel and Lind wins the battle. Evanston brings it up court, slow in the pace, milking the 15-point lead, 48-33. Kai Barker with it. Hannah on him. Kai finally puts the ball on the floor, bumps into Wetzel. They let him play. And now a jump ball. Wetzel and Kai Barker collided pretty good. And Barker got up slowly. Jackson ball on the arrow. Wetzel will inbounds to Brunner. A little bit of pressure from Evanston. They just want to make Seb doesn't get rolling here through the neutral zone, but he does anyway. Seb floats one to Hannah, and I can't believe that works. Oh boy. Hannah was in a crowd of Red Devils, and when Seb let that go, I was going to say, don't do that. Oh yeah, do that.
And something that Hannah does not get enough credit for is some of the catches that he can catch are just unbelievable.
Matt. You're right. He's really good at catching stuff that I don't know how he sees it. He did the same thing as a tight end when he was playing football. Brunner at the buzzer can't get it to go, and Jackson's got a lot of work to do. The third quarter over. We'll go to the fourth. Red Devils 48, Bronx 35. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95, the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
He runs across, goes to the red part of the section. Black team has it. White team is not playing people down like they did before. Oh, it looks like they're lining up to do something. And shoots, and boom goes the dynamite. Oh, he's gonna get more than one shot. Oh, shooting again. And the dynamite does not go boom that time.
Play-by-play is hard. So is Jackson Hole Real Estate. Get a pro. McPeak Group proudly supporting the Bronx on their march toward a state championship.
Your home for Jackson Hole High School sports is KZ95. Let's get back to the game.
Jackson Bronx got to get a whole lot of dynamite going if they're going to get back into this. Is it doable, Mac?
I think so. They did outscore the Red Devils in that third quarter.
All right.
By 1 point, 13-12, I believe. They were down by as much as 20 points. So they were able to chip away back into it just a little bit, but they really got to get going.
Got to put on a big push here. 48-35. In the final 8 minutes of regulation, it's Evanston basketball. In the backcourt, Jay Hill. Jackson manning up now, as Fairborn suggested Coach Elliott do, and that's what they're doing. And Brunner is going to get the block on Hill. He'll try to blow around him. Seb kind of put a foot in there, and he'll pick up his third. Neither team near to getting into the bonus yet. Robinette with it, working on A.J. Fowler. Bounce pass inside. Barker looking. Oh, good job by Brunner to see that pass coming, but they're going to whistle him again.
Yep.
Pass intended for Cook. Brunner saw it all the way. Came out of nowhere, but couldn't stop his momentum and picks up his fourth foul.
We can't afford to lose.
Quickly. Pass floated inside. Good job by Wetzel. He didn't even see it. He just put a hand up like a cornerback in football and knocked it away from Kai Barker. Robinette on AJ. Top of the key, Kai Barker. Wetzel on him. Far side elbow, Jay Hill. Jay Hill watched by Seb Brunner. Here's Lind. He's slippery. Borchert now guarding him. Maybe a better matchup as Mason can stay with Lind at least lengthwise. Jay Hill with it. No shot clock here, so Evanston's going to make Jackson be aggressive here, and Brunner can't afford to take swipes at anybody. Maybe AJ will. Brunner almost with a steal on Hill. Here's Lynn trying to get around Borchert. Does for a moment. Now the pass into Cook, and he lost the handle out of bounds. They're going to say Evanston basketball, as it was tipped by somebody, Hannah or Wetzel got a piece.
And Evanston doing a really smart job. They milked a minute.
How much? Yeah, I was going to say.
And Jackson definitely playing with more urgency. You could see it in their movements. And there you go, steal.
Steal by Brunner. So a minute burned, and Evanston gets no points. Hannah tries to lay one up and in, can't get it, but the block, that's on Hill. A good job by Hannah to recognize he's going against Jay Hill, who maybe is 5'10". Hannah will go to the line. 48-35. Nobody's scored yet in the third, and Hannah misses that. Just over a minute to go here in the fourth, sorry. And a lid on both baskets. Hannah's second. That won't go either, but the rebound. Wetzel gets it back from Hannah. Wetzel's shot, and he'll go to the line. The foul on Kai Barker. And all of this just taking too much time, but see if Wetzel can convert. Hannah missed 2 at the line. I don't know this game will come down to free throw shooting. It might, though. It's always in your mind, right, Mac?
Yes, and the good news for the Bronx is if they keep attacking and keep getting fouls, they're going to be scoring without the clock running if they make and convert those free throws.
Ooh, yes. I like your thinking.
It's a good thought.
Yep, clock's still stuck right now. It's 6:50 as Wetzel's second is also good. He made them both, so you're right. That's a free 2 points without burning any time. Jackson will replace A.J. Fowler with Owen Kana. And they will apply some pressure. They don't do this often, but they recognize that it is do or die time, and it almost worked as Hill lost the handle momentarily. Now Jay Hill across the line being watched by Owen Kana.
Kana's so active on the defensive end.
He is. He just good. He keeps his feet moving, and he takes swipes when he thinks it's there. Uh-oh, getting away from his man is Cohen Morrow. He got loose and drives to the rack for 2. 50-37. Jackson ball. Seb Brunner trying to answer. Brunner kick out. Borchert 3, too short. That ball was flat out of his hand. Now a scramble for the rebound, and Hannah pulls it. His pass for Brunner, though, tipped away, going the other way. And I think he thought about a jam, Kai Barker, and he was caught between, do I jam it or do I roll it in? And his finger roll missed. Kai Barker with the steal on the pass for Brunner. That was nice, but he didn't finish. 6:05 to go, so 2 minutes.
And he got a foul.
Oh, okay. Jackson with the ball. Clock the enemy here as Wetzel wants Brunner to move. Brunner wants Kana to move. Hannah with it. Hands off to Seb. Seb top of the key. Right with him, though, is Jay Hill. Kana pulls up his dribble, hands off to Borchert. Mason just stone cold tonight. Oh, man, impossible shot by Seb Brunner, a floater in the baseline. And I'll show that to you. Here's the replay if we got it. Boy, that was pretty.
Did it work?
Seb Brunner, baseline. Look at that. Just floats it in.
Hey, it worked.
Woo, my.
That was sweet.
That was a good one. Glad we could give it to you, Seb. Seb's got family watching back at home. I know a lot of people do. 50-39. Jackson have dug themselves a hole after a good start. And this place is one of the more impossible gyms to tune out the atmosphere and get down to business. But the Bronx trying to.
5:38.
We'll see who Coach Watsabaugh sends out there. It's going to be Cook, Morrow, Hill, Drew Barker, and Riker Lynn. For Jackson, it's Hannah, Brunner, Borchert, Kana, and Wetzel. Inbounds pass coming. Full court pressure from Jackson into Cook. Cook gets away from Hannah momentarily. Cook got to go all the way. Clayton Cook just too fast for Andrew Hannah there.
And Jackson really broke down defensively there. They didn't get to help, and that's been a struggle they've had this season.
Yeah, no help on Cook, and Brunner tries a long 3, no good, but Seb will get the rebound. Poke loose by Wetzel. Good job by him. Nice feed into Hannah. Hannah turns, shoots, good. He let Cohen Morrow fly by and then put it up and in. 11-point game. This is doable.
It is. The problem is they can't be trading baskets if Jackson wants to come back.
Yeah.
No, they got to get stops. Cohen Morrow with it now, settles things down and gives it to Drew Barker. Calls out a play, bounce pass into Cook. Hannah comes way out to play him. Morrow and Wetzel. Barker, he's got a shot there. He had a nice screen from Cook, but he doesn't want it. Here's Lind. He's a shooter, but Mason Borchert with him very closely. Almost caused a turnover. Back out to Drew Barker. And again, the Red Devils doing a good job of
wasting clock.
Eating clock. Yes, they are. Lind, top of the key to Cook. Cook bounce pass. Brunner almost got there. Now gets himself out of position. And Drew Barker drives and picks up a foul. I didn't see anybody who hit him.
Me neither.
Drew Barker just went in all alone, and boy, I didn't see that. Wetzel his third. Barker to the line. Drew a 52% free throw shooter. The senior puts it up and in. 53-41. A.J. Fowler comes in for Kana as Coach Elliott, along with the rest of us, just hoping number 5 gets hot. Second one coming from Barker, and he got them both. Cool senior under pressure, buries them both, and Seth Brunner now up against Mendez. Brunner trying to shift away behind the back twice. Now gets it to A.J. Fowler. Fowler pulls up a dribble.
You mean
Say
Wetzel?
that's Wetzel, yep. Now to Fowler. Fowler open for a moment. Fires, no good. Hannah back, rebound, by Mason Borchert. His shot no good. But Jackson with another look at the bucket. A.J. Fowler wide open.
There it is.
Can't ask for more than that. He had a good look that time. And Fowler cuts it to 10.
Bronx are finally showing they want it more with 2 offensive rebounds, and that's going to be critical.
Good point, Mac. Offensive boards show a lot of heart and hustle, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Ball comes loose a minute from Barker, and then he gets it out to Mendez. Wetzel way out on him, even with the 3 fouls. Palmer playing him tight. Cohen Morrow working on A.J. A.J.'s going to reach in and get him before the shot. So nobody in the bonus. It'll be A.J.'s second, I believe. Team fourth.
A.J.'s first.
A.J.'s first. I mean, Morrow was on his way to the basket. You don't have any fouls. I guess it's okay. Morrow now on Wetzel. Bounce pass. Mendez wide open. Fires. Gets it. And the Red Devils answer with a 3. 57-44 with 3 minutes to go. Seth Brunner in the left block. A.J. feeling it now. No, can't get it. Rebound, though, is Jackson, and Wetzel is fouled. Over his back, I believe, was Lind.
And this is why Palmer Wetzel is so valuable to the Bronx. He's got 2 offensive rebounds in the last 2 possessions. And last time it got a 3 for the Bronx, and now it could get potentially another 3 or a bucket for the Bronx.
Wetzel hard on the glass. Good job by Fairbairn to point that out. A.J. Fowler. Now out to Borchert. Borchert fires. His long 3, no good. And Mason, as hot as he was against Teton, not tonight. 2:40 to go in regulation. 57-44 Evanston. Lind. And it's stolen away by Borchert. Mason bounce pass to Brunner. Sev layup and in. And what a beautiful fast break that was.
Let's have a couple more of those.
Good steal by Borchert to start the transition break, and a nice feed to Brunner, who finished with a layer. And another steal. Seth Brunner takes it away from Mendez. Up ahead to A.J. Fowler. His shot blocked. Rebound. Hannah, no good. Hannah's rebound. That's no good, and a foul, I believe. Boy, a lot of looks there for Jackson. Woo. A.J. Fowler was blocked from behind by Cohen Morrow. They said all ball. Hannah with a rebound. He was blocked, and finally the foul.
But way to persevere and stay with it. And even though the crowd likes it, it still means 2 free throws for Jackson. And these are big free throws here.
Hannah needs to make these.
You'd rather A.J. was the guy who drew the foul. We'll see if Andrew can put it in. He's 0 for 2 from the line today, and he can't get that one.
And free throws are just such a mental game here.
They are.
Andrew's got to stay focused. Imagine it going in.
Come on, Andrew. This one's bottom of the net.
The noise of the crowd.
He could cut it to 10 with this. Rattles in and out. No good. Wetzel almost had the rebound. Now Hanna with the steal. Andrew Hanna going to do what he does best. That's go to the rim. And he can't get it. What's that call?
Travel.
Oh, boy.
And it looked like he Euro stepped, which is generally 2 steps, but
I didn't see the travel.
I didn't see a travel on that one.
I've seen it before on Hanna. Yeah, the other one, I don't know about that. But, yeah, Hanna with a travel. There's exactly 2 minutes to go with Jackson down 11. We'll take the break. Coming right back. Don't go anywhere. This one far from over. You're enjoying Jackson Bronx basketball at KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio.
High Country Linen Service has grown with its state-of-the-art facility to be the premier rental service for linens, uniforms, and entry mats. High Country Linen also provides wholesale janitorial supplies, paper products, and earth-friendly cleaning supplies to Jackson Hole, Teton Valley, and beyond. Call 733-2638 or come see us at 355 North Glenwood. On the web at highcountrylinen.com.
This is KZ95 with live coverage of the Jackson Bronx.
Back here courtside in Evanston, fun basketball game. I thought the girls' game was fun too, Mac. Real fun.
Both games have been close, single digits for most of the game. Jackson looks like they want to push back.
Much better second half from the Jackson Bronx. It's been a problem this season. They've done better there. But Evanston, we would hope in that final 60 minutes of this one would cool off a little, and they keep hitting them. It's Evanston ball. They lead by 11. Under 2 minutes to go. And a nice give and go there. Mendez layup, and what a block by Borchert. Mason Borchert with a block. Hanna with a rebound. Seb never saw Mendez and almost stole it away. Seb far side. Kind of long three. No good. Rebound Lind, and he gets fouled by Wetzel, and for Palmer, that's going to be 4. Oh, boy.
That's 4.
It puts Lind, well, nobody to the line yet. Well,
yes,
now
sir.
Both teams in the bonus. Lind will go to the line. And Jackson has gotten down to the point where this is what they got to do. Riker Lind, though, an 82% free throw shooter. That's the best on the team. Lynn does a lot. I forgot his brother, Mac, that you mentioned.
Yeah, Braxton played like 4 years ago.
Yeah, Braxton. I remember that name.
Riker looking every bit of Braxton. The 6'4 junior hits that one. 58-46, 12-point game. Larson checks in for Kana. He'll give you that pesky defense.
Runs in the family.
Lind converts both. Here's Jackson with the ball. Palmer, Wetzel. Wetzel floats one inside to Hanna. Hanna puts the left-hand shot up and in. And right now the Red Devils being real careful down low. They're not exactly foul trouble, but they're not worried about 2 from Hanna at this point. They still have an 11-point lead. Timeout. On the floor, it's Coach Watsabaugh calling it. We'll go as well. 59-48, Evanston leads Jackson on KZ95, the Jackson Hole Radio Network.
One good play can improve a team's chance of winning the game. And when executed properly over and over again, that play can take a team far. One good decision when you get behind the wheel can do the same. Approximately half of the people who lose their lives on Wyoming roads each year were not wearing a seatbelt. Stay in the game, Wyoming. Buckle up every time you get in your vehicle. It's a winning play. This message brought to you by WYDOT.
Live play-by-play coverage of Jackson Bronx sports continues with Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Loud gym. Cheering section there, student section there, the band's here, and everybody making noise, and everybody's seeing red right now. 59-48, 11-point lead, Devils, and they have the ball. Full court press from Jackson. They trap Mendez, and that almost worked. It was Hanna way out to provide his length on the trigger end, trying to give problems for Kai Barker. Kai looking around, can't find anybody. Finally heaves one and ducking his hill to allow the ball to Lind. Uh-oh, look out underneath. Cook is wide open. And Wetzel had to hit him. Palmer said, that's all I could do. He was just wide open under the basket. Palmer got there late and went over his back for Wetzel. That might be 5.
Yeah, that is 5.
Palmer will be done.
And that's a great job by Cook, concentrating and still scoring, even though he was hacked by Wetzel.
61-48, chance to make it a 3-point play, and Palmer done for the night. A.J. Fowler will come and get him. Wetzel had a great game.
Yes,
really
he did. Just rebounding. He was always there.
Yeah. Got a lot of playing time without Keelan this afternoon. Elliott taps Wetzel to be the Keelan, and he made use of that playing time. 62-48 as they convert the 3-point play. Here's Larson. Aaron lost the handle for a moment. Now back to Seb. Seb Runner working on Jay Hill to Hanna. Hanna gives it right back to him. Seb with a 3, too short. Evanston thought about running, and then Kai says, no, wait, what am I in a hurry to do? Lind is fouled by AJ, and that's the last guy you want to hit. We talked about it. Riker is money from the stripe, but you don't have that luxury with a minute 4. You got to foul whoever has the ball. AJ's got him to give. That's only his second. Lind to the line. And he misses, so that works for Jackson. The lead is 14. Jackson had trimmed it to as close as 11, but they haven't got any closer in the second half than that. Riker's second is in. 63-48. We're down to a minute in regulation. Seb Brunner with Mendez on him. Seb Brunner trying to shake loose. He is shifty. My goodness, Seb. Cross-court pass to Larson. Larson works baseline, double team trap out to AJ, who gets it to Brunner. He'll try a long 3. Good, Seb. Jackson needed that one. They're within 12. And now a trap on the other end of the foul. Hill will go to the line, and he's their second best free throw shooter, 71%.
And with that 3, Brunner has over 20 points. Big game from Seb. Fortunately, it may not be enough as time is running out and it's against the Bronx.
He's asked to do so much. Sometimes I get on him when he hasn't hitting that 3, but he does everything on this team. He's got to handle the ball, distribute the ball, drive the lane when no one else is doing it, and then play some defense. I mean, Seb's got to do a bunch, and then ask him to be hot from beyond the arc. He's done it all today. He really has, and we see
the
Isaac
swap.
Larson. Yeah, the Larson swap. Isaac in for Aaron.
Or Jesse in for Aaron.
It's Jesse. Sorry, I'm thinking of the last year.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
Isaac's gone.
And we get our first look at Connor Scott in there for Jackson. 64-51, down to 30 ticks left. That shot no good. Nice board by Jesse Larson inside of Connor, or inside of Bears. A left hand. I didn't think he could go lefty. He almost hit it, but could not. And here's Evanston Mendez, and he had a chance on Bears there, but he said, I'd rather burn clock. Seb is going to come up and touch him, and Jackson's willing to let this go as Seb pretends he's going to go for the ball.
I love it.
All right, and that's how this one will end, with Mendez dribbling the clock out. The Red Devils, they earned this one. Let's stay here and see the celebration, but they held home court advantage. The Red Devils rebounded from the loss in Star Valley here just 3 nights ago and took care of business in their building.
Yep, for the second straight year, they beat the Bronx here in Evanston.
Tough place to play. For the Jackson Bronx, better effort, but as we get to the midway point in the season, that's not going to be good enough anymore to say better effort. We got to start making W's out of these.
Yes. 3-9 now is the record for the Bronx.
And for the Red Devils with the win, they improved to 9-5 overall, 2-0 in conference. No, 2-1. They lost to Star Valley. I don't know. Must not have updated myself. But a big win for the Red Devils. We'll come back and wrap it up, take a look at the stats, pick our MVPs, and then we'll get out of here. Thanks for joining us. We'll do it right after this, 30 seconds from the post game on KZ95, the Jackson Hole Radio.
Jackson Lumber, the board store, Jackson's oldest business and only true lumber yard in town. Jackson Lumber's hardware people are the best in the business, and they do it right the first time. Jackson Lumber works with people who make a living building, so the tools they sell are definitely the best hand tools and power tools available, with names like Vest Tool, Milwaukee, Makita, Skillsaw, Senco, Fine, and DeWalt. Jackson Lumber, the board store at 130 South Grovemont. Call 733-6000, 733-6000.
If you're watching the game on YouTube, you see on your screen the final score. Disappointing for the black and orange. 64-51, the final. Evanston winning here on their home court. I had a feeling Evanston was going to come out with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. They did not like how they played against Star Valley. Star Valley shot lights out here, and Evanston couldn't keep up with them. This time it was Evanston. I mean, they just shot it, Mac. We can analyze this thing all you want and say, well, Jackson could have done this, this went wrong. But it comes down sometimes to shooting, and Evanston shot it.
Yes, Lynn had a really strong game for Evanston. And, you know, he's, like you said, he's similar to Gavin Keelan. You don't expect him to be the shooter. Because he's so tall, he's 6'4", you'd think he'd be a post dominance, but his shooting has been fantastic despite his height, and it's been wonderful to see in terms of the Devils' perspective. And Jackson's just got to be stronger defensively, closing out on those three-point shots.
I think that's become the prototypical player now in college, in high school, even in the pros, is the big man, swing man that Gavin Keelan wants to be. But you've got to be in the paint when it's required, and Lind is. He leads his team with 3.5 boards a game. I guess he's not the rebound leader, but he does rebound enough, 3.5 boards, so he'll go live in there in the bigs. And then, yes, the 6'4" junior will also hit it from outside. That's what Gavin Keelan wants to be, that swing man, and that's where I think the game is, because it makes you hard to defend. You don't know where that guy's going to be on the court and where he's going to take his shots. Lynn, to me, was their leading scorer, but we'll find out for reals. Who led the Devils in scoring, Kimmy K?
It would be Lind. They had 4 guys in double digits, by the way.
They spread it. They do.
So Lynn had 14. Clayton Cook had 12. Kai Barker 11. Cohen Morrow 11. Hill 6. Drew Barker 4. Robinette 3. And Mendez 3.
You want an MVP for Evanston? What do you think, Beck? Scorer?
Ooh, that is a tough one because Barker had 3 threes and a nice reverse layup at the very beginning of the game. Rebounded well. Cohen Morrow, you got to love him. Just the way he plays defense and how tough and gritty he is. But I would say Lind had the game, or the MVP of the game, I would say. He was everywhere. He was shooting threes. He was getting blocks, getting rebounds, doing it all for Evanston.
Yeah. There's a lot of different choices, but I'm going to go Lind as well because I watched that whole game Thursday, and Riker did not have, I think Riker would be the first guy to say, I didn't play well against the Braves, and this is a bounce-back game for him, and I bet he's happy with the way he played tonight. I would be. What do you like, Lynn?
I was actually kind of thinking Cook as a close second, just to throw another name out there.
He a monster.
I mean, he had 2 less points than Lind, and a little more quieter than Lynn out there, but I kind of liked Cook's game.
And
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead, Jake.
And even when it's not stats, big guys who attract attention allow other players more room. And you got to think of that when you're talking about Clayton Cook. He attracts attention, allows some other guys to do stuff, and he's a monster.
Yeah, and even when he attracts attention, like he went at Andrew Hanna. Like he would go at him and try and score, and he'd find ways to score despite having the height disadvantage.
Yeah.
And he's just crafty inside. He finds ways to get tough shots down low.
You're right. I did notice that. Like when you see an Andrew Hanna, I'm not going after it, but he did. Went right at him. And he said, I'm either getting a foul or I'm putting one right over you. One or the other. Wow. Good point. So what's going on the Bronx side of things? Seb busted out. What else happened?
Seb at 23. Andrew Hanna behind him with 16. Mason, I always say his last name wrong, so I'm just going to say Mason. 7. Fowler hit a 3, and Wetzel hit 2 free throws for 2.
This is tough. I'm going to let Kimmy K go first. I want to hear you.
It's not tough for me. Especially at second half. Seb came out in that third quarter and just, I'm going to go Seb.
Ooh, there's a reason.
And not just the number, and not just the points there either. That's Seb.
Seb, we talked about how much falls on his shoulders. He's got to do a lot, and today he did. Mac, you going number 1?
I would say so. Andrew's going to be a close second, though, because Andrew, was hitting his shots down low.
Yeah, he was.
And he didn't really get a lot of misses, those mystery misses that unfortunately happens sometimes. He was really strong inside, and he was going up. He was going up with confidence. You could tell he did it with authority. But it's got to go to Seb. And it's another interesting point out is the Bronx balance of scoring in Evanston has been strange this year and last year. There was only 3 scores for the Bronx last year in Evanston, and that was Seb and Andrew. And now it's, again, Seb and Andrew today. And so it'll be interesting to see if the Bronx get more balance, more scoring from Kana, more scoring from Fowler. It'll be interesting.
Yeah. Funky place to play, and Evanston does present its own problems when you got a crowd to deal with. You're often playing them. Just because you guys went Seb, and Seb, you did have a stupid game. I mean, wow. I can't go wrong doing that. And Hannah, I love you call it the mystery misses. That's exactly what they are. We're
that was good.
There's, he just misses when, you shouldn't.
I know who you're going to say.
Yeah, you do.
Wetzel.
Yes,
because
Palmer
he was a close second for me.
Palmer, the 6'3" junior, hard on the glass today, and he had to eat some minutes without Keelan. I like Wetzel, but you can go any of those 3.
3 stars of the game.
Okay. We got a makeup game against Pinedale coming. Is it Tuesday?
Yes, it is Tuesday.
Okay. Well, we'll have to figure. I'm not guaranteeing we're going to cover that, but I want to, and I hope we do. We'll try. We really will. But that's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much to our sponsors and for you folks listening in. Young Life of Jackson Hole, they're helping us out this afternoon. Jackson Lumber, the McPeak Group, Town Square Inns of Jackson Hole, Big O Tires, and Great Northern Coffee. Can't do it without any of them, and we need all of them. For Jackson Hole Radio, I'm Jake Nichols, Mac Fairbairn.
Yep.
Kimmy K. Catch you down the road. Thanks for tuning in.